to Talk the Kēki, not in Iran.
Konnichiwa!
Crunch, crunch, minasan, konnichiwa.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Talk the Kēki. I'm Matt, and to join me, the man who is hungover, eating a bag of Lay's chips.
As fuck.
Even what's going on?
I'm hungover as fuck, bro. I went through an entire bottle of tequila last night. I didn't get home till 5:30 in the morning.
That's all on you.
I only wake up at 8-ish to be at work at like 9 when I'm supposed to be there at 8. I still have to be in bed, sleeping. Now I still feel like shit.
Well, you are here with us this time.
I know I'm completely caught up at least this week, huh?
Completely caught up. Shout out to Chris for stepping in, helping out. Yeah, he had a fun time. So I'm glad we were able to do that for him.
I'm glad he had a fun time.
He's a fan of the show and a friend of mine. So he'll definitely come back in the future. So
love it.
So thank you, my friend. Whatever.
Arigato Chris Kuhn.
Yeah. And now next week I won't be here.
Yeah. I don't think, to be honest, we'll be doing the show next week, to be frank, because I'm going to a show Thursday, and then on Friday I'll be at a festival Friday and Saturday. So I'm thinking,
basically it would have to be Wednesday if we do record.
And I won't be caught up by Wednesday. So what I'm thinking is we could do a Keki shop for the 2 movies. We'll make time this weekend, watch the 2 movies, and we could do a Keki shop on that on Wednesday.
Yeah, we could do that.
And then return the following week. I believe that's penultimate week, if I recall correctly, right?
No. A lot of these end until the end of June, early July. Stone and Demon Slayer will be just about done. So we could do a Keki shop for the movies. Like we could probably talk about the ones we did watch. That way, it won't be as bad when we do a regular show.
I suppose. I don't know how caught up I'll be, but then again, I don't have any real plans this weekend, which is good. I plan to be home watching, just having a chill weekend. Honestly, well, that'll work itself out.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
So this guy.
Alrighty. All right. Like I said, we got some news. Not a lot, so this will be relatively quick. MS in Shadow Season 2 has a release date for fall 23, and it will be a 12 to 13 episode series and not a 20. So we can. So
you said 12 to 13 and not 20. Yep.
So it will end. It will end in 23. So season 1 and season 2 will end in 2023.
It's not bad though.
So technically, we could combine the 2 in a year list.
As a whole.
Yeah,
that works.
We could do that. So they're lucky.
Presumably, it makes it.
Yeah, as long as there's no production issues or COVID shenanigans in the studio.
Indeed, Guardian. Indeed.
Golden Kamu creator is launching a new manga in July. It is called Supina Marada. It looks like a lacrosse anime.
Sounds like I won't be watching because I don't like sports anime.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with lacrosse. I know it's popular in Long Island, so
you're white. You should be.
No, fuck that. Ragna Crimson has a release date for fall 23. Looks like it's another shonen type.
Indeed.
Don't know much about it. I might watch it, might not. We'll see. Depends on how the rest of the fall list goes.
Vamos a ver.
Yep, and Side Games announces a new original anime called Bang Brave, Bang Bravern.
Sounded like you were saying Bang Bros for a second. I was like,
No.
oh, the Bang Bros got an anime, huh?
Yep, I'll give it time.
The Banger Bros.
It looks like a mech type of anime.
Okay.
No release date yet. So once we get more actual info and maybe more of a trailer, we'll see what happens. That is it for news. Also, guys, no Hell's Paradise or Ocean No Killed this week. They took a week off.
Two of our favorites.
Well, one, but
you don't really fuck with Hell's Paradise?
I don't love it like everyone else, but it is solid. I gotta see how the rest goes, honestly.
I look forward to it.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I am intrigued to how it's gonna go, but I don't love it yet. But we got 3 to 4 more episodes of that one.
It's the lack of tits, visible tits. Visible nips, I should say, because you can see tits, but no nips.
Well, that's a you issue, but
it's okay though, because this week we got 2 traps.
We got traps. We got Kohaku's bakery. We got
Kohaku fine as fuck.
Right? Yeah.
Woo! Even fucking. Well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it when we get to it.
Yeah. All right. Tell us your stuff. Your 2 solos.
Indeed. All right. So this week's episode, we'll start off with Galaxy Next Door. It was actually kind of cute. Galaxy Next Door focuses a lot on Christmas because they're around Christmas time. So the episode opens up with Shiori and Ichiro basically like a last like mad dash scramble before like the Christmas break. So they're up, like they're doing coloring, illustrations, etc., trying to make their deadline, and they do manage to do that. Afterwards, basically they try to come up with like New Year's and Christmas plans, and basically Ichiro has like a little like Christmas party for all of like the people. So we see all the significant characters that have been in the season. They all come for a Christmas party, and they tell like embarrassing stories about Ichiro as a child, and Shiori loves it. Meanwhile, while this Christmas party is happening, they flash back to the island, and they see her mother there, and the mother is like, like she's like, it's cold today, and her father is like, oh, like, isn't today that Christmas thing that people celebrate? Because they don't celebrate Christmas on the island, we find out. And they're like, oh, like, we should go out for a change. And the mother's like, you can go out if you want, I'm not going out. So she's quite bitchy, stern lady for sure. And so as time progresses, basically the party goes well, and then the girls that are there, Machi, Shiori, and Chibi, they're basically like, hey, let's have a sleepover. So they have a sleepover, and Shiori uses the opportunity with the sleepover to let them know of her secret, that she's actually a princess on her island. And they go back and forth in terms of things that they like, secrets that they have, and everybody has secrets. Meanwhile, on the other side of the door, unbeknownst to them, is Ichiro, and Ichiro is like, oh, I'm trying not to listen, I seem like a weirdo. So that was funny. Next day, Christmas comes, and Santa brings gifts to the kids, and everybody's happy. And Ichiro asks Shiori out on a Christmas dato. And of course, Shiori accepts. They go on the Christmas dato. They see the beautiful giant tree, and Ichiro basically reconfesses again to Shiori, and is just like, hey, would you like go out with me with the intention of marriage in mind? And of course, Shiori accepts, and they end up kissing for the first time under the tree on Christmas. So that was really cute. They return home early, and they're both like embarrassed as fuck, beat red. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna go this way, and they split, and everyone's like, I see. So from there, basically, the both of them can't fall asleep at night. They're thinking about everything that's happening, and then the episode ends with Shiori getting a message, and she looks at the message, and it's her mother saying, it's mom, it's your mother. And Shiori's face, because she's gleeful throughout this entire time with the kiss, her face changes instantaneously to like serious and not happy. So we'll get more on that probably next week. So wasn't bad. It's kind of cute. My other one is Raeliana ended up at the Duke's mansion. This week's episode was really good. The episode starts off basically with Raeliana talking to Ainsley and is like, what happened? Why was it hell? Why was it hell? And all of a sudden, one of the bitchy women in the little like caddy pat, they're like, oh my god, the mountain moved. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? The mountain moved? Like, you're going batshit crazy. And basically Raeliana looks outside and she sees the same thing. So she runs outside in the rain, and the Duke has returned. And the Duke brings the fucking kingpin monster of the forest. He manages to kill the kingpin monster of the forest. And he goes, sorry, Raeliana, we couldn't find you a dragon, but don't worry, I'll find you a dragon elsewhere. And she's like, when the hell did I ask for a dragon? And she pulls out the handkerchief that she gave Lord Adam, and it had a dragon. So they thought, the entire group thought like, oh, bring me a dragon. And so basically with this giant freaking 3-headed like Cerberus looking like monster, the what's it called? The Duke wins the hunt basically. And because he offered the hunt, or he offered the monster to Raeliana, it's Raeliana's job to light like some like ceremonial like torch or something to commemorate this moment or whatever. Meanwhile, Vivian is pissed. She is super pissed because like she's done it for the last 3 years, and everybody offers her multiple monsters, and like she just kind of reflects on like evilly, like on her life. She's like, my life's been easy. Like I always get what I want no matter what. And there's a brief scene which is very interesting where she speaks to some like witch looking woman, and the witch looking woman is like, there's something you want, right? And she gives her like this shining green jewel. So there must be some mystic properties to this, because there's some sort of like an attraction to this jewel. And so we'll see how that goes into play. But basically, as the episode continues, the only other real critical piece is you get a little back and forth between Raeliana and Noah. Their flirtatious self, and Raeliana also basically admits that she that she is starting to grow closer to the Duke, and she's worried about that. However, there's some really big news that drops basically at the end of the episode, and the end of the episode basically sees, if you look, I believe it's at the beginning of the last episode, Raeliana receives a bunch of letters, and they're basically letters that she's been sending to Beatrice. Beatrice is supposed to be the main character of this novel that she's trapped in, and she's supposed to be the girl that's with the Duke when it's all said and done. And so she gets these basically return to sender, and she's like, that's weird, why isn't she getting my letters? So she sends a letter over to the school in which she knows Beatrice is attending, and she gets a letter back that says that she does not attend the school. So she's like, what the fuck is going on? So like, me living has fundamentally changed officially the entire story. So now it's up in the air where this goes, because we have no idea where the main character is. She doesn't come back because she's still alive. And in essence, basically, it seems as if Raeliana has become the main character herself of the movie, of the novel, and now it's up to her to figure out what's next from that standpoint. So I thought that was very intriguing from that piece.
Okay, that's it for you.
For me.
Alrighty, I got 4 ranking of kings. Me and Chris accidentally forgot to talk about last week's.
Good job.
Yeah, but this will be brief. It's more focused on Bevan in the first half, and basically like his rise on how he became like one of the big 4. And I didn't know he was trained by Despa as well, so it ties together how like why he gave Kage the letter of recommendation in season 1. Like, he trains hard, but like he's always missing that certain skill sets. Like there's so much he can do with just a regular sword.
Right. So,
and of course he couldn't beat one of the other members of the Big 4, so that gets him frustrated. Like someone he looks up to. So that's why he gets to train from Despa, and that's where he got that little curvy snake-like serpent sword. That's how he got that finally. He finally gets that win in that match. He gets the respect from the people. So from that one, and then the second half, it focuses on all the big four, and you find out that they just do not get along at all. Like they don't, they're not, like they're always their separate ways, and King Daida needs them together. So it's not always working out. So he asks the squire. Hold on, let me get his name real quick.
Note to self: if I'm going to record the next day, don't get so fucking smashed.
That too. Hokuro, he gets called over to Daida's in his chamber, saying, "Hey, I need you to get the four to get along." And you interacted with them. You've been side by side with them, so I trust you to do it. He's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Even though he's fucking intimidated as fuck. So he got them all to sit down at a bar for drinks and stuff like that, and they're all not like staring at each other or anything like that. So some of them are trying to leave. It's like, oh, like fuck this, I'm out. I don't want to talk to any of them. So this drunk guy, he just like bumps into one of them, and he's calling all like the big four as a joke, like they're a disgrace to the kingdom and all that. So now they're pissed off.
Right.
So the drunk's like, I could beat you all in an arm wrestling match. Like, okay.
This is WWE.
Yes, arm wrestling. Basically 100 gold pieces. So the drunk guy fights Domas first. Does that? Domas loses quickly. He's out. So the drunk guy gets 100 gold pieces.
All right.
Yo, Chris, welcome to the show. Happy to have you here.
I'm hungover as shit, dude.
He is hungover as shit. Okay, fine. Next one. Bebin tries. He fails. He tried to like do the technique with the arm, but nope, nothing. So third guy, Dorshe, the strongest one. He goes there. Also, 100 gold pieces. That's right. It is a good time.
Feel like shit, dude.
Dorsh gets him a little bit to struggle, but he also loses. So this guy has 300 gold pieces.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yep. Now it's Appy's turn, and then
kicks him in the dick and he wins.
No, Hokuro pulls the drunk guy over. It's like
is he still drinking while he's doing this?
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
he's like rounds on me, everybody, basically.
Because he got all the gold points.
Yep. Yeah, but Hokuro pulls the drunk guy over. It's like, hey, you're doing great now.
Have you ever wanted to do that sidebar? Like, I always like be like rounds for everybody.
If I was having a midlife crisis and loaded, sure.
And you were loaded. That's the key, right?
Yeah. So he pulls the drunk guy over, like, you're doing great. So he set it up. Hokuro set this up.
Hype.
It's like, okay, now I want you to take a dive for this last one. And then he's like, no. Because he only paid me 10 gold pieces to do this. I got 300 right now.
Yeah, who's up, motherfucker?
I'm going to get 100. I'm going to get 400 after this last guy. So
and you can fuck off.
Yeah, basically. All right, so you're on your own, buddy. This is all your fault.
Right.
But while also going on, the three are talking to Appy as they're talking about, hey, this is what he does. What he does with arm techniques. They wear his weaknesses in the arm and all that. So Hokuro sees them united. It's just when the kingdom's in need, that's when they all come together. That's the only time they will get along. So Appius wins. Now the drunk guy gets nothing. No 10 gold, no 300 gold. That's it.
Oh, really?
That's it. Because he bet it all. Like, I'm going all in.
Oh, wow.
And did not work out in his favor there.
And now he's got to pay everybody's bar tab. Oofa.
Well, thankfully they didn't get the drinks yet. So he's like, fucking cancel this.
All right, there you go.
So now Daida sees all four of them together, and they're all cooperating. Like, all right, I'll do this, like to help out with the construction of the school and all that.
Right.
So that was the end of episode 7 last week. Now yesterday's more backstory. It's Kage now. Kage and his mom. You find out more about the Shadow Clan. Basically, they're like people. They're like little creatures that sneak around in the shadows, stab, kill. Because of this, they're hated by everybody. Okay. So Kage's mom has Kage basically isolated from the people because basically she doesn't want him killed. The people. Yeah, she doesn't want him killed. So, of course, Kage goes venturing around. A couple of kids see it. Like, oh, let's kill it. I'm going to kill it. So they're chasing and all that. But Kage hides. The mom sees this. Like, nope. No. The world is dangerous, young man.
Indeed.
But, what you call it? The kids were talking about this popular knight. I forgot his name. But basically, the kids want to be like this famous knight in the village. So Kage sees this knight. And is like, shit. Like, oh, God, he's going to kill it. But turns out, no, that's not the case. Just like stares at it. Like it's a shadow creature type of thing. But one of the bulls starts going on a rampage. Kicking stuff, charging towards the people. And the civilians are running away. Yep, exactly. So Kage was the only one to stand up to the bull. You're doing the caramel dance about this?
No, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Bullshit. That's right. So Kage stands in front of the bull, but the knight jumps in, takes care of the bull. And instead of trying to kill a Shao, he tells Kage he did a good job. Like, you stood up. Like, you give him, like, he's an assassin, all this. That's what the clan is, but you did good, kid. So now the kids are nice to Kage. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Type of thing.
Yeah.
And he goes to the mother, like, Mommy, I want to be a knight when I'm older.
Okay,
and now we know, years later, he's the right-hand man to Boji.
All right.
Second half of this, they changed the animation, actually. It's more like a children's book story type of animation for this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's I like it. It works. It's about now it's about King Bozi and how he met the wife, trying to get in the marrier, have a kid. They eventually do. They see that we get Boji's born. Boji's small, and the wife's talking about how he'll grow one day, but Boji knows no because he placed a curse on Boji to make him not grow.
Right.
So he's like lies, like, yeah, like he really feels guilt.
Right.
So all that's happening. The people around the village. Boji's mom sees a thief stealing some bread.
Thief.
Yep. Yes, exactly. But no, the merchant was trying to chase her down, but the mother like has her hand like, nope, you ain't going anywhere. He found out she stole because her father is injured, got laid off. So trying to basically desperation. So she gives her a job as a caretaker for the castle, like just like cleaning, sweeping, stuff like that. So yeah, she's happy. She's making money, helping out the dad. The guy who does the rankings for regular kings, he talked to King Bozi. He's like, hey, you could be a top rank. You get all these famous treasures, these legendary items. So what do you say, guy?
You get more than 300 gold pieces.
He's got more than that. But you find out that Bozi says no. Because his whole goal was to be the best, but now it's just he has something now. He has a wife, he has a child.
Mm-hmm.
He's not power hungry anymore, that type of thing.
Mm.
So it's a happy life. So that was it for that one. Nice episode.
Cute.
I got two more.
All right.
So after that will be the end of that. All right, Mashal.
All right.
Mashal. Starts off, Abel, the guy from the main villain house, he takes someone out, decomposed, steals a gold coin. Sure, that's there. Mash is making cream puffs. Lance is trying to tell him, hey, we need to steal gold coins from this house because they have 15. We only have one.
Yeah.
Well, two now because of last week. But they're basically like, hey, so we're going to do this. We're going to sneak at night. We're going to fight him, take the gold coins. While Mash is doing his cream puff, he's like, are you even listening to me? He's like, okay. Like, I got it. And then fucking Lemon kicks down the door and says, hey, Tom, he's in trouble. Go to the hospital. But Mash is like, but cream puff. No, Tom. Cream puff. Yes. Eventually turned into they go to the hospital to miss the top. It's like, bitch. Basically, he's the one. Tom was the one that got his ass kicked by Abel. He temporarily cannot use magic. He doesn't remember what happened. Basically, he's like he blacked out. That was it. Doesn't remember, and no magic. Okay, fine. And everyone else in the hospital room had suffered the same fate. Knocked out, ass kicked, no magic.
Oh no!
Exactly. Oh no, indeed. So basically, Lance trying to tell him, "Hey, we got to do this. Like now, we really have to do this type of thing. Don't want because it could be that house. We don't want anyone getting hurt." So Lemon, she gives Mash a cream puff plushie. Like, her name is Creamy. So
good God!
I know. So basically, I have it with you if you get so it's not too dangerous. Also, you can sleep next to it in bed and think of it as me, like she was getting all fangirly, and then fucking Mash slaps her. It knocks her down, like boom, like shut up. And she's like, "Ah, you beast." So basically she liked it. So yeah, now basically it's nighttime. Lance and Mash, and of course Dot and Finn, they follow. They see Lemon, but it's not really Lemon. It's like she got taken over by the person that made the dolls.
Right.
So that happened. Sorry, that's not. I'm sorry, that wasn't Apple. Well, Apple makes the dolls, but the person at the beginning is Abyss Razor. Sorry, because he had the mask. So, but basically they're following Lemon. There's a door, locks out. They can't get in. So they tried. They used a spell. Well, Dot tried to. Nothing. So Mash grabs a suit of armor, gets it down with the wedge of the door, kicks it up. The door flies in the air. That's it. It's like, well, I guess that works. Sure.
Indeed.
Yep. So that worked. They all go in, all four of them, and they see this attractive, good-looking guy. We never got his name, by the way. Just a red-headed guy. He's like, this is basically the underground arena from the past that not even the teachers know. So basically, if you want to get past, you gotta go through me. But we're gonna bet gold coins. That's how the duels work.
Right.
So Dot does this, and he goes to him and is like, "Hey, guy, you got a fan club, right? Why? Because he's fucking good looking. So I don't mean to brag, but yeah. So he's like, he's cursing him out because he's good looking, has a fan club for the woman, because that's the one who thinks he's the protagonist.
Right.
So he's basically fucking jealous. They have the fight. Dot has basically landmines down below. They're surrounding the guy. So basically, if you land on it, you blow up basically. So he can't move from one spot. So he uses his magic with the vines and the thorns, catches Dot, but Dot's like, I didn't need you to land on them. Basically, the magic, the vines did, but they were also timed.
Right.
They got to the point where they all blew up around him. The guy's out, but he did a cool pose while fucking knocked out. So fucking Dot's like, you know what? I can't be mad at that. I respect that.
Fair enough.
Go down while looking all cool. And then there's a fucking like quicksand or something underneath them. Like, oh shit, like what are we gonna do? The fucking Mash is worried about the cream puffs, like, hey, protect the baby! Like, protect the creamy baby. And the other two, they're like freaking, like that. They're not freaking out. Well, Finn's freaking out. Les is just calm, and then Dot's like, I was trying to think they're all insane. So they all get sunken down. Dot and Finn, they got together. By the way, they're all separated. But there's two that are there for that one. I do not know. Sorry, Milo Genius and Love Cute. That's the name of those two for that one. For the one that's with Lance is Worth Maddle. And for Mash is the guy he met last week's episode, Abyss Razor.
Mm-hmm.
So because he introduced himself properly. Fights going on. Cliffhanger there. Episode ends. Although funny, I liked it. I'm actually looking forward to the next set of fights when we do get them.
Right.
Skip and Loafer. This was just a great slice of life episode. Basically, it's mostly Mitsumi going back home, going back to her home country type of thing. Nervous with all this, but she has her city clothes style on. Of course, the fucking family mocks her a little bit for, but in a joking way.
Right.
Like she's been in the city too much. She has to like takes over her fucking life.
Right.
So all that was happening. She gets reunited with her friend Fumino. They're all hanging out. I'm glad that they're still in touch, not like distance, like how you leave your hometown. It's like awkward or distant. No, they're like still amazing, good friends. So, and just the summer was just Mitsumi hanging out with the family and Fumino. Fumino talked about how the person she had a crush on, they're now officially dated. So Mitsumi's like, hey, like shocked, but like happy, like congrats, I'm really happy for you.
Right.
Then yeah, she's just Mitsumi, she's having fun at the beach. She has her oversleeping habits from school. Like you never done this, like kind of again pick out her.
Right.
The city changed you, but not really. It really didn't. Had a good time. They did a little time skip. Summer vacation's over. She's back. She's back in Tokyo.
Yep.
Next semester of school. She sees Sosuke. She goes. She's very happy, and he talks. And he's like, "Oh, like hey, long time no see." Like he's happy also, but Mitsumi has like this giant beam, like very happy face. It was it was just fucking adorable. But they're talking about the culture festival that's going on, and Mitsumi is like overloading of what the festival's like because she's never had one where she came from. So it's like, oh, like haunted house, maid cafe, food stalls, all this good shit.
Typical anime.
Yep, typical anime. You can't have had any of those. And then they see Narumi and the theater guy. He talks about, oh yeah, I'm doing the play. And of course, Sosuke kind of like gives him that blank stare because he doesn't want to be an actor anymore, type of thing. But yeah, Narumi gives him the script. Like I'm not trying to convince you. I just want to know what you guys think. Like it's my first like real script. So, right. But that part happened. Mitsumi gives all her friends gifts. There's basically like this snack cake from where she came from. So she's giving everyone some. And she notices Sosuke. He's been distant from like everyone, basically.
Ooh.
And I'll get to why. And this actually took place from last week's too. So, but Mitsumi, she realized she didn't give him a snack cake, so she's trying to basically hunt him down, basically trying to find him. She eventually does. She gives him his one. Then they start talking for a bit, and she asks like, "Hey, like, are you okay?" type of thing. And he's replaying what happened during summer break with the childhood friend that was who was the model. The words what she said to him was basically, "You don't deserve happiness after what you did," and we don't know what he did yet. Basically saying, "How dare you have this nice, comfy life with these fucking weirdos after knowing what you did something to me." So he thought about that. That's why he's been sad. That's why he's been distant. And then he like looked at her when she was like, basically she took off, like she has to get going. And he talks about like how happy she is. And, like I see you, but he's like, but you're also so far away. Then Mitsumi turned around. She went back up to him, like, you seem really upset. So here's two more of the snack cakes. Basically, like trying to make a smile or something.
You know what he needs? Cream puffs.
Well, Mash could supply the cream puffs there, but
imagine the crossover, cream puff crossover.
Yes, he'll be one of the food stalls. Also, Japan's actually starting to sell those as like packages, the cream puffs.
Cream puff packages?
Yes.
Well, I know what Matt's gonna buy when he goes.
I'm gonna see if they ship internationally. When they do come out. I want to get a couple. Let's see what happens. But
you'll be like, it tastes like shit. Why the fuck does this guy like this shit?
Well, he made one when he was trying to make a fucking potion. I don't know how he did that, but he did it. But basically, we go to the end. They're talking about the school festival, and it's like, oh, by the way, we're doing a play, this class. And Shima just blank, no type of stare. So I think he's going to confront the past of like not being an actor anymore, but to actually have to do this here. Like something he has to do for himself. I think we'll get that. So I can't wait for that. Really good episode. I love it in the terms of just pure slice of life. We did again, like Mitsumi going back home, catch up everyone after the stuff with her and Sosuke, Soma. I loved it. Fantastic.
Subarashi.
Subarashi, yes.
Subarashi.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for a new character that says that.
Yes, Bondrud, yep.
We need more Bondrud.
We should. He's not dead, so.
Yeah, this is true.
So, and I think Nachi still talks to him, so like he sees what she does.
I'm curious, like this is so off topic, but I'm very curious. Like at the end of Made in Abyss, is like everybody gonna come out of the abyss? Like you see all the characters that are like live in the abyss, and they all like come up with them.
I assume no. I don't know what is it. I don't think Reg comes back with them.
Really?
I know it's just a gut feeling. Like someone's gonna stay there. Like one of them.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Reg or Nanachi.
Yeah, I can see Reg.
But anyway, Vinland Saga.
All right.
My last one. Yeah,
you said that the other one was the last one, I think.
That's second to last.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Go man.
Yeah, it's all good. It focuses more on Omar, like the other son. Like he's finally seeing the ugly side of war. He sees all these dead bodies injured in the village.
See a dead body?
Exactly. And he has that sick feeling in his stomach, all this. And even one of the ladies there who was tending to them, she was actually checking up on Omar, like, hey, are you okay? Did he lay down? Like basically like still concerned for him, even though he didn't really do anything in this fight. And he got to the point where like he starts like he vomited a bit. He was like he had that sick feeling in his stomach.
Like I feel now.
Yes. And then he's just breaking down, crying about it. He's like, I didn't want this. Yeah. Because he knows it's his fault. He's why this is happening.
Yeah.
So they have a meeting, like the family meeting. Kettle's injured. He's laying down. So it's Snake, Omar, Kettle's wife, and Kettle's father. And on the other side, Canute says, they're not going to fight again. So basically, send someone there to surrender, like last chance. And they're asked, and then Forgil still wants to fight. Like, I'm gonna die in a blaze of glory. Fuck this. And he goes to Snake. So if I choose to fight, what are you gonna do? And then Snake's like, I'll fight with you because he owes the family a debt. So, but the father, Kettle's father, says that's not your decision. Actually, it goes to the guy who's going to inherit it, which is Omar. So the wife, Forgil, and still wants to fight. They fight back. Like, I don't care. We have like a couple hundred people left. We can still fight. But Omar said, we'll surrender. And then Forgil's like, well, you're out of your fucking mind. And he's like talking about like, no, like I did this. I am taking responsibility. This happened because I acted up from being mocked. It's like this shouldn't have not happened. I should have just taken the mockery and just left it at that. Like he's owning up. He is being like mature about this.
Man up.
Yep, he fucking manned up. So I love that from Omar here.
Character.
And he's apologizing to everyone. Of course, the mother's disappointed, and then Forgil is like pathetic, and he storms off. So we don't know what Forgil's gonna do.
Die probably later.
No, he's still alive. But Snake went to Omar. He's like, I'm not gonna mock you. Like, because he's like, you know, I'm gonna be a laughing stock. Fine, I'm gonna do it on my own terms. Then the grandfather is like, your son became a man, basically. Because again, he owned up to what happened.
Mhm.
And then we get to Einar. He's trying to find Thorfinn because Thorfinn is going in to Canute's army alone. But Leif Erikson, he's the one to tell Einar that, like, we're not leaving. I went to search for him this whole time. He's here now. He said he'll come back, so we're going to wait for him.
Mm-hmm.
So Einar sees Thorfinn. Thorfinn is like in the middle of King Canute's army. He says, I want to see the king. They're like, say, no, you ain't doing that. Fuck you. I tell him, it's Thorfinn. I'm here to see him. I knew him from when, like 5 years ago.
Right.
So, and of course, Canute's not there. It's just the army guys. And one of them, it starts to pick a fight with Thorfinn.
Of course.
So, but Thorfinn keeps dodging. Everyone's taking bets. Like, oh, hey, I bet he'll kill him, that type of thing, or how many hits it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wolf goes to Canute and Floki. Says, hey, someone is here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did he say his name? Like, it's Thorfinn. And then Canute froze.
Mm-hmm.
And he holds like the scar on his cheek where Thorfinn cut him before he got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And then even Loki's like, oh, so he's alive, basically.
Oh.
And then Wolf is like, do you want to see him? And he said no. Like, nope. Don't care. And then we get back to where we were. Thorfinn takes a hit, falls down, and then talks to him. Like, hey, what the fuck you doing? Like, nope. Like, I need to see Canute. There's the only way I could end this. So basically, he gets up. The guy wants to keep fighting Thorfinn. So what's the bet? So he was asking, like, what's the actual bet? Like, all the gold pieces, if you could take this many hits, like, what's the highest? Like, it's like 90. So he's okay, fine. I'm gonna take 100 hits. If I take those 100 hits, I see the king. Like, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna I'm gonna take exactly 100 hits. He took one, so 99 more to go.
Okay, Cody Rhodes.
Yes. So yeah, basically. So Einer's like, you're out of your fucking mind. He's gonna kill. He's like, I've been in battle. I know how to take a hit. I know how to endure. I got it. Cliffhanger and credits. I was like, God damn it. So that'll be the next episode. We'll get that. 3 more to go for Vinland. So
shame.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
So that's it for me.
All right. How long did that take? About
we did regular talking with news for like 12 minutes.
25 minutes. It's not bad.
Yeah. 25, half hour.
I only took like 5 or 7, right? I didn't take that long.
You took about like 7 to 10.
Yeah. All right. We're on a good pace.
Yeah, we are on a good pace. Now let's get to what we are going to talk about, which is our togethers.
Always, buddy.
All right. Let's go with. I will pick a random.
You know, it just dawned on me when you said the word together.
Yes.
We didn't open with Happy Pride Month, everybody.
That's right. This is the Pride Month.
It is Pride Month for the LGBTQIA B C D E F and G plus minus exclamation point.
Motherfucker.
I can't keep up anymore.
I know. I can't either.
No hate.
I'm in it.
But it's so easy to joke. It's so easy to joke.
But no, any people in the LGBT community, we love you. You're all valid. We support you.
Yes.
And if you do, like, we hope you listen. And again, thank you all so much. We love you. Speaking of, let's start with Pride Month with Yuri's My Job.
Perfect segue, eh?
Yep, perfect segue. Oh man.
She's psycho. Kaneko is fucking psycho.
Yo, I saw people trying to defend Kaneko after this. Like, they feel like, oh, we get it now. Now we know how she feels. Like, sure, but it doesn't excuse the behavior.
No, it does not.
It does not. But yeah, we put that where we left off with Tachibana and Kaneko at the fucking WickDonald's or whatever.
WickDonald's.
So, yeah, with Tachibana saying, hey, give it up right now. I am ending it right here and now. Your little obsession with her. Your obsession with Hime.
You know, before we continue, it's just something that really like kind of irks me about that is just like that you could tell that they're in high school because there's ways to tell somebody like what they're doing is wrong or what they're feeling is kind of inaccurate while still trying to like maintain like that hope. Because I feel like she should realize that she has hope with like trying to be like more than friends with Hime, or she's just in denial because she's like, oh, like you love her, don't you? Like, and she asked that question in the previous episode, and I feel like there, like I said, there's ways to go about it where you can maintain that desire for something that goes beyond friendship while advising somebody like, hey, like what you're doing right now is affecting the entire like production that we do. Like it's not healthy. Like it's going to lead down a bad path, and you shouldn't, I don't want you to be responsible for fucking something up that you didn't have to fuck up in the first place.
Right.
So that's the immediate connotation I found from that.
Right. But yeah, Tachibana talks about like, hey, like stop it. But then Kaneko snaps back at her a bit.
Yep.
So you're the type of person that just butts in.
Interferes.
Because she did in the previous Western relationship.
Yeah.
They don't know that, but
yeah, she didn't realize that.
Yep. So Kaneko just storms out.
Pissed off.
Yep. They don't go away. And this is where the obsession becomes a little creepy with when she's just trying to call Hime and just having a panic attack from her not answering the phone.
Yeah.
Like she needs to hear her voice. She has to hear her voice right now.
I upset, like she's like, I bet she's with that girl.
Basically,
that thing.
Mitsu, yes.
She's like, I was just fucking washing myself. The fuck.
Yeah. But that was at the end. But
yeah, it's later on. But yeah.
But then just basically the remainder of the episode is just flashback.
Yep.
Basically junior high. Kaneko is someone that's like a distant, judging everyone.
Yep.
Even Hime
and all the way in middle school. Bitch all the way since middle school.
Yep. And then basically classmates want her help on a project. Like, hey, teacher's getting married. We all want to thank her.
Yep.
Like, do you want to do something? Then first it was like, but eventually it's she's gonna draw the thing. She's gonna draw the poster saying congrats and all that.
Yeah.
Sure. And Kaneko's by herself. She's at the stairs eating her lunch, but she sees Hime.
Yeah. And
this is when more about the project. But she thought it was just a one-time thing, but you find out she keeps seeing her.
Yep.
Doesn't say for what, but this makes Kaneko like, why the fuck you here, basically, to herself.
Yep.
But eventually talks. Trying to she's even when they weren't friends, she's the one she had her eyes on.
Yep.
The only one she wants to talk to, basically.
Yep.
And of course they pile more work on her for this. Like have it on a big canvas, basically.
Yep, basically.
And she gets pissed at this.
She does.
Like basically like, oh, like no one's doing anything else, it's just me doing it. And even though it's something she didn't even want to do in the first place.
Right.
So she's at her usual spot on the stairs with the big canvas.
Yep.
And fucking smashes it.
Like, fuck this shit.
Like, dumps on it. But Hime sees this.
Yep. She's like, this bitch is a psycho.
She doesn't say anything either.
She doesn't. But I'm guaranteed.
Yep, basically, it's brought back into the room. It's like, oh, shit, it's damaged. Who could have done this?
Mm-hmm.
Kaneko steps up, says, I did it. I didn't even want to do this in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about this. Like, fuck Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're about to get ready, like going over, like, you fucking cunt.
For real.
But Hime, she's up to like, wait, no, she didn't do it. It's not like, even if we did find out, it's not going to fix anything.
Nope.
She's saying it to take the blame because she doesn't want the other person in trouble.
Right.
Where Kaneko sees that Hime's a liar.
Yeah, she realizes that. And
then unfortunately, the classmates like, yeah, you're right. So they all calm down. They're like, oh, we can all do it together, like teamwork, basically. Instead of just one girl doing it herself.
Mm-hmm.
Then Hime says, hey, can we talk upstairs on the roof?
Yep. And she's like, how do you have the key? They trust me, bitch.
Yeah, basically, if I said it, they trust me because I said it. If it was coming from you, they won't.
Right.
I got my liar, that type of thing. And she tells Kaneko about her facade. And then Hime's like, you know what? Just when we're together, I just want to be myself around you.
Yup.
And that's why Kaneko made her fall for her, basically.
Yep.
Like she's the only one that gets the real her. Like it's exclusive to her, no one else.
Yep.
And then we see that's why she's getting pissed off, because now someone else is seeing this.
Yep.
Mitsuki.
Yep.
And that's why she fucking hates it.
That thing.
Yep, that thing. But yeah, now we go, like, everyone does the class project. Kaneko does start doing the facade a little bit because she's learning from Hime.
Right.
And he's like, oh, soon you won't need me anymore. Like, no, I always need you, that type of thing. So here's what we're gonna do. Selfie. Now, if he ever decomes this, look at me. And that's why she always takes pictures of her. So now we're back to current time. She's like looking at the photos.
Yep.
Phone call. It's Hime.
I was showering.
Yeah, basically, I was taking a bath. Are you okay? Now Kaneko's calm. She's not saying what's up.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear your voice so I can think about
basically
it tonight.
Yep. And
yeah.
will you stop? God damn it. But anyway.
Fell right into that one, buddy.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, Kaneko gets up from the bench and she sees Mitsuki just casually strolling the streets. Then Mitsuki starts to say hi to her. Kaneko doesn't say hi, just we're nothing alike. She walks away.
Mitsuki's like, the fuck?
Yep.
Like, I just wanted to know how you were. Like,
but yeah, that was. At least we know why she's like this, but it still doesn't justify it.
No, there's no sympathy.
No,
there's no sympathy. She's up there now. She really is up there in terms of like the top. Yeah, for top 2 or 3 antagonists of the season, for sure.
Yeah, she's the only one that's like acting like a villain, while the others are like just there sometimes.
Yeah, basically.
Like they're just there for plot, while she's that thorn in that relationship. Like, I'm gonna ruin this.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, her and Prospera. Neck and neck.
Prospera's like, no, it's not neck and neck. Prospera's head and shoulders.
I want Prospera to up that craziness. So.
Oh yeah, like Starman said, there's another level to this shit. Which
I hope there is more in these like 5 episodes. We got 5 episodes left of this.
Insanity, right?
I know. So we'll get to them later because that's gonna be a minute of that, folks.
Yes, indeed. If you haven't checked it out on the background.
Yeah, if you're watching on our live stream, like our picture is what is potentially the main event.
Basically.
Yeah, more or less. But anyway, let's move on. Let's go with Dead Mount Death Play.
A fairly interesting episode.
It's okay. Nothing really progressed. This is more about the introduction of the new character.
The trap.
Yeah. Also, guys, I apologize. Last week, me and Chris said that it was the niece and nephew, the twins. Like, it was different people, so we apologize.
Mm.
But it's Sayo and Jayu.
Mm.
Jayu is the bodyguard of said family, as she was assigned to guard Sayo. But also, we find out it's also the father's idea to bring him. Yes, we thought it was the girl, but it's actually him.
Yes, indeed.
That's our trap. That's one of our traps.
It's a trap. Are you getting comments? Because I'm not seeing any of the comments.
And where?
Okay, no, I was because it sounded like you were talking to Chris, and I was like, I haven't seen a comment.
Oh no. He just had the 2. That sounds like a good time, and
okay, I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, you're good. But you find out that the Polka's father is one side. Jayu like, hey, just keep an eye on this imposter. Like, don't kill him. He's not an enemy. Just see how he is, basically.
Yeah.
So okay, fine.
Yep.
So then we get background on Jayu. You find out his clan is basically they are mercenaries, leave for dead if anything happens.
Yep.
Don't care about him.
Nope.
And of course, Jayu had a rather difficult mission by accident as during his first time, and the consequence of that was
he lost both arms and both legs.
Yep. So now because of this, the father's like, nah, leave him for dead, basically.
And he's like, we could use him to test poisons until he dies.
Yeah, and then fucking Rozan's like, no, we ain't doing that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, he's like,
like he can still I'm working on like prosthetics. I want to use them on him. It's like, don't bother. He's worthless. Like, fine. Then what if I buy him?
Yeah, right. And you can't say like, oh, my precious son.
Yeah, and even though the father's like, no, but eventually he does.
Yeah, and then Rozan goes over to the boy and is like, don't think that I'm some like savior. Like, I'm not. I'm just using you as a guinea pig for my shit.
Yep.
But he does it with a smile, and this resonates with him. Like, oh wow, this is the first adult to smile at me in years,
and like actually care for him in a demented way.
Yeah, like he could have left me for dead, but I'm not.
Yeah, and also during this we got Sayo, who is basically depressed because of the fire and all this. So basically, she has nowhere to go.
Nope.
So you find out it was basically Rosa's idea for her to stay there for a little bit. And of course, she has the Shark Borg.
Mm-hmm.
Dresses up as the fucking Shark Borg.
Right.
Loves the Shark Borg. Doesn't want to get out of bed. None of that. Like, just leave me alone type of thing.
Yep.
While Polka and everyone else is trying to get the fortune telling thing back, basically.
Yep.
And Jayu is like hiding somewhere in the night. Over here is the Death God. And what's the other two? Misaki and Takumi. Right here talking like what's their plan, and that's what they talk about, like the dead ghosts, what's going on, and then they hear clackling, what's going on over there.
Yep.
So it's fucking Misaki dancing with the skeletons.
She's doing the fucking the rosettes.
Yeah,
Rockettes. She's doing rockettes with the fucking skeletons.
Like yes.
Yeah.
And what'd you call it? Kozabaru and what's the other guy's name? The cops.
Oh, one moment.
Tsubaki.
Okay.
Yeah, basically they're at the Shinoyama family mansion. They're talking to Takeru.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they're looking for Polka because they feel like he's someone that's someone that they want dead because the hit on him, basically. But they're trying to get answers, like who was it one of you guys, or why was he here? Did you try to stop him?
All right.
But Takeru is basically, he's not really answering both of them. So it's like, fine, then we go to him. And while that's happening, Phantom Solitaire is just trying.
Oh, he's having the time of his life outside.
I fucking love this guy.
You know what it reminds me of a little bit? Gentle Criminal.
Yes.
Kind of reminds me of the Gentle Criminal.
I know. I fucking love this guy. He's like walking around and all this. Like he's like, as long as I don't get bumped to the cops, I'm fine. Oh, lo and behold, there's a cop right there.
Cop.
Yep.
Wait! Don't go back! No! Don't get me!
But of course, the fans recognize him. He's like posing, taking pictures, like talking.
Right.
So all that fucking shit happened. And did I lose you? No, I didn't. Okay.
No. Still here, buddy.
You froze for a second, so that's fine.
It's Elon Musk internet for you, buddy.
No, well, we were supposed to get a thunderstorm, but it didn't happen. So,
yay!
But we get to what'd you call it? They're about to open up the fortune telling thing. Who walked in the door, Ethan?
The cops.
The cops. Like, hey, we're here for do our fortune. Come on. They're not open yet. The one guy's hiding.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this.
Like, he'll kill me, basically. That one guy.
Right. Waiting for every time the cops show up. I'm waiting for lemmings.
Yep. It's like, I know, we just want our fortune, but you could do that, right?
Yeah. By the way, it's kind of cute. Like, I guess you could say it's kind of cute. Like, they have lemmings, like the big bad lemmings. Like, he's this monster motherfucker. Like, it's a straight killer. And like, whenever he emotes, they're like, whoop, whoop, whoop,
yep. Yeah, the fucking squeak or whatever.
Yeah. That's funny.
I do like that, actually.
Yeah.
Not a bad episode.
I really like the series, but I feel like you with like one of the other ones, like I just feel like it's missing that like oomph to take it.
I think after the goriness of the first episode, that was it.
Yeah,
that was just a more tame reverse isekai.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I expected more gore, especially like the corpse god and all that.
Yeah, totally.
I'm hoping he does when he does get more mana somehow.
Oh, he's gonna go fucking ballistic.
I hope so.
I feel like he's gonna get the mana and like the gates of hell are gonna open.
Yeah, hopefully we'll find out. All right, moving on. Clue's first friend.
Cute episode.
This is cute. We already talked about. Oh yeah, we talked about last week's review, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because we did cover everything, even the ones that you.
We did cover. Yeah, and stick around for Konosuba.
Yeah, we talked about last week's Konosuba.
Tonikawa. And there was a third one I didn't watch. I don't remember which one it was though. Give me a moment. I can go back on my profile since I've been binging over the last couple of days.
Well, anyway, while you do that,
the Gundam. I don't think I saw.
That's right. Okay.
Gundam.
Okay. Well, either way, me and Chris covered the rest for you. So.
Oh, good. I'm caught up. Let's go.
Yep. All right. Cool. Takada is trying to have his lunch. He's failing with the chopstick because broken arm.
Yep.
And he got to the point where Nishimura is now feeding him, and fucking Umi just looking over. It's like
they're married. I love how they say I love the Japanese fufu.
Yes.
Fufu. It's a funny word. Fufu.
Yeah, basically, around the beginning of this is just Umi observing the two.
Yeah.
About Nishimura is just trying to help him out.
Yep.
So married. They're so married.
They're so married.
Yeah. And then we got the athletics festival. And they're like, okay, so who's going to be the captain of this one? Who's going to do the captain of that one?
Yeah. So
for the fucking guys,
it's a mixed race, but they're like they need to incorporate boys and girls because it's a mixed race.
Yeah, but I'm getting to the guy side first.
Yeah.
Basically, they're trying to get to Hino, but he ain't doing it because Kotaro doesn't want to do it.
Nope.
But fucking. They pump up Kitagawa to do it. It's like, oh, you look cool and all this. Like, people watching that cheer you on. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I got it. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Later on in the episode, they're like, hey, by the way, you're the anchor. Huh?
Yeah.
Nani?
Basically. And now we go to the girl side. There's like, fucking Sumir's like, Sensei, I'm not doing it. Then her friends are like, nope. They don't want us to run.
They're like, but we find out that Sumire is basically like the fastest girl in the school.
We will get to that, but no one knows that.
No, a couple people remember that, but it's not brought up.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to do it. So basically, despite it, Nishimura neglectfully volunteers because no one else will. And we see her a couple times run in by herself.
She's trying to practice. Yeah, she really wants to do it. She wants to get faster, but she's just a slow runner.
Yeah, and she wants to do it for Takada.
Yep.
Basically, she wants to run side by side because she's still feeling guilty of breaking his arm.
Yep.
Because Takada's like, oh yeah, I'll be clear. I'll be ready to go. Basically.
Yeah.
But this is where she goes to Samir.
Yep.
Like, can I talk to you? Like, I need a favor. And it's like, why should I help you? And it's basically it's for Takada.
Yeah.
I know you've done. Like, I want you to run with him.
And she's like, fine, but I'm gonna be the one that's handing the baton. Okay.
Yeah, like she just wants to give Takada a good experience with the festival.
Yeah.
That's all she cares about.
Yep.
Even though she's kind of clueless about her feelings towards him.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know Samir has a crush on him.
Yeah, she's oblivious to that.
Yeah. So we get to the festival. They're doing some games. The fucking Kotaro, of all people, was being nice to Nishimura during the toss and the baskets.
Yep.
I was like, who are you?
Yeah. Hey,
I guess it's competition. That's why it's they're all they have to get a lot of
spirit of competition for the class.
Yeah, so basically, I hope he accepts her later on, okay, she's not a Grim Reaper, she's not this, just weird looking. That's it. But you know what? She's pretty cool. Like I hope he gets past that fucking trope finally, because we're gonna end like, all right, you can calm down now. She's nice.
Yeah.
But what's called Takada's not there, but the mother is. Sorry, the sister. The sister is.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, he's getting examined right now with the arm, see if he's clear.
Yep.
But he said he should be here in time.
Yep. And I laughed at the father's reaction. Like, he's just a friend, right? He's like freaking the fuck out.
Yep. No, boy. But that's what the sensei tells Kotaro, like, oh yeah, by the way, you're the anchor.
Nani?
Yep. It's like, fuck. So the race begins. Takada's not there yet. And they're off. They're running.
No, you skipped the part, bro. You skipped how basically after the ball toss, Kanagawa basically is like he's drinking tea, thinking it's water.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but
yeah. So then when the race comes, he gets nervous. That's the whole reason why Matt said he had to pump him up, because he gets nervous. And then he was drinking, trying to stay hydrated, but he was drinking tea. So by the time the race comes, he's nervous. Yeah, he's nervous, and he drank a lot of tea, so he's got to take a shit, like really badly.
Yeah.
And
so
Mirai sees this, and she's like, "We're fucked. We are fucked."
Yep. And basically, yep. It's like, where are you going? Like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yep, got to take a shit, bro.
So Sumire is just running on her own.
Yeah, and the person before her also, they're in last place because the person before her was a slow runner. So she's like, fuck, I got to make up a bunch of ground. I don't even know who the fuck I'm going to pass the baton to. But fuck it. She goes, she grabs the baton, and she hauls ass. And she blows past like 3 or 4 people.
She's like third.
And she makes it the second. She makes it the second place, but there's still a lot of ground to catch up. And as she goes to pass it to Kanagawa, who's there?
Takada, he holds his arm out, he grabs it, he's saying thank you, a smile on his face.
Yeah,
he's running, and he's out, and he wins.
He beats a 6th grader as a 5th grader.
Yeah. So everyone's happy.
Yay.
It's called Takada, Hino, Sumire, Nishimura. They're all hanging out. Nishimura's crying to Sumire, like, thank you.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, this is where Nishimura is like coming out of her shells, like yelling for Sumire, like, Gambate.
Yeah.
So really cute stuff.
It was really cute. I just, I wish I would have picked up something else like Yamada or Skip and Loafer instead of this one, but I don't regret, I guess, picking this one because it's still okay.
We have 4 more episodes of this one.
Yay.
Alrighty, moving on. Dangers in My Heart.
Great episode.
So fucking cute.
Aww. Kawaii.
Yes.
Cho kawaii. It's mega cute, guys.
Yes, it is mega cute. But Yamada is talking to Ichikawa. But the library, like, oh yeah, do you have line?
He's like, yeah.
And he's like, feeling like, like, why is she asking this?
Right.
Say, oh, like I guess I do. It was like, oh, like for who? It was like, just family.
It's in his own conversation.
And some type of like, I guess for class.
No, so they said like, oh, like does your group, like your club, I think it was what, the science club or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do they have line? They're like, yeah. They're like, so you aren't in the group chat? And he's like, no. He's like, why? He's like, well, it's small, and if I'm not in the chat, that means they don't want me there. So it is what it is. Fuck them.
But yeah, this is where this Ichikawa was just completely oblivious almost the whole time.
Yup. Like, dude, she wants to send you nudes. Give her your line.
Not that, damn it. What is wrong with you?
I mean, he already cranked one out to her pictures, so it's factual. He fucking went in the bathroom.
I know.
Cranked it out.
I know. Even just when she accidentally touched him in one of the early episodes.
Yep. He's like, up to the bathroom, crank it out.
Do you remember most of this? Because it's a little fuzzy.
A blur for you.
A little bit, yeah. I know about the line, but I'm talking about the stuff in between.
Yeah, give me a moment. Hey, coincidentally, it's actually up on my shit. There we go. Perfect. I just got to refresh the page.
Or was it the girls in the classroom talking about, let's get all the boys' numbers?
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's
that was Moeko's idea, right?
Yeah, whatever the small annoying one that wants to get dick.
Yes, she wants to wear. Like, oh, I have an idea. Let's all like I want. Basically, she wants a boyfriend for the summer.
Yeah, no,
so
for the winter.
Sorry, winter.
Yeah, so
I want a boyfriend for break. So
the first person she goes to is Ichikawa.
And she's like, "Hey, can I have your line?" And Yamada sees this, and she's just like, deaf. But Ichikawa actually gives to her. And of course, we have that person. We don't know who that is as his profile picture.
Hey, it's Rem from ReZero. Who's Rem?
Oh no, I know Ram, and that's who she likes. She has taste. Fucking
yeah, she's like, I'm more of a Ram girl.
But yeah, Ichikawa was like, "Oh, you like anime?" Like, and talking for a bit, and Yama's like, "Fine, I'll get these guys' numbers.
I'm gonna step on you."
Yes. Well, she's tall enough, so
basically. I mean, hey, at least Ichikawa get a good visual under the skirt before he gets crushed to death.
And then we get the return of our creep Haruya.
Yes.
From
Super
the
creep senpai.
Was he from the first or second episode?
The first couple ones, I think.
Yeah, where he's like being very pushy to Yamada the day.
Yeah, he's really trying to get in them fucking pants.
Yeah, and he's trying to get her digits, and before she was about to, but Ichikawa would just make a random noise.
Yeah.
And it's made Yamada like, on second thought, never mind.
No. That's not the creep senpai. So no, you had it kind of fucked up. The creep senpai comes in after this. Okay. But no, what happens is Moeka's like, oh, like I need to we don't need you for Ichikawa. I mean, I need you to get the line of like the popular kid. That's like Chris or something. Like no pun. Like what's it called? Like, I need the popular kid. And she's like, oh, like I actually am like neighbors with him. Like we're in the same apartment complex. And he's like, oh, so you could talk to him. But you know, she doesn't really talk to him like that. Like they're not like that tight.
Yeah.
So she goes to like, you know, get the number. And then that's when Ichikawa realizes like, oh shit, I think fucking Yamada wanted my line back in the library. Fuck!
Yep.
And he gets up and he makes the random noise and everyone's like, this fucking weirdo. And
and that's what made her.
And she's like, never mind. And Moeka's like,
I don't want your thing.
Dude. But then Creep Senpai comes into play.
Yeah, he's not taking no for an answer.
He doesn't take no for an answer. No, Creep Senpai basically.
He's at the library again, Yamada and Ichikawa.
No. You're skipping. So Creep Senpai comes in later on, and Creep Senpai basically is like, "Oh, Yamada." I think it's like the next day, and he's like, "Oh, Yamada, you should come over to my house and watch this scary movie with me." Even though he's got a whole ass girl next to him, he's still trying to fucking hit on Yamada.
Yeah, I believe her name was.
What's
her name?
I don't give a fuck about her name. She's
okay.
Consequential. Anyway, so then she is basically like, oh, like she tries to do the defense and she's like, no, like she's not doing it, And so Creep Senpai is like, okay, Shida, you can come too. Like it'll be cool. The both of you girls can come. Like I really wanted to speak to you anyway. And Chihiro's just like, really? Oh my god, male attention. Yes, I'm totally down. But and Yamada's like, dude,
you know, like, he's using you.
Yeah, like he's a piece of shit. Like And
I gotta fuck that. Like, no, but it's like, yeah, I knew. She's like,
no, because she's like, oh, you're trying to talk down about him. Wow, that's so unlike you. And so they basically get into like a mini brief, basically, and she gives her this treatment for the majority.
Dude, just listen to her.
Yeah. So then, now we get to the library, and Ichikawa and Yamada are in the library, and basically the same girl came with her friend and was like apologizing to Yamada because of Creep Senpai, like, oh, it could be a bit much. She's like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? And Yamada's like, no, I don't got a boyfriend. And the girls are like, no, y'all, I get it. You're in entertainment. You can't let us know the guys that you mess with. Like that makes sense. Like you totally have a boyfriend. And Ishikawa's like, I don't care if she has a boyfriend. I know she doesn't have a boyfriend, but I don't really care. And then Yamada screams out, stands up and screams out like, no, I don't have a boyfriend. And so then they look at Ichikawa and they see like the awkward like type of faces. And they're like, don't tell me. And they're like, okay, no problem. We leave. And they run off. And so then in that moment, what's it called? Basically, she goes to go get Creep Senpai to look at like, oh, Creep Senpai, she's got a boyfriend. Look at her boyfriend. And it's Ichikawa. And in that moment, basically, Yamada comes up to Ichikawa and like puts her hand like on his face and like
leans in, but
like,
at an angle
for a kiss. Yeah, and Ichikawa's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? No, this is weird. No way. And he looks out the corner of his eye and sees Creep Senpai just in like kind of like a stoic type of shock.
And he just looks away, like he walks away,
turns around. Yeah, basically.
And Ichikawa gets upset.
Dude, hold on, pause that real quick. Can you see Ichikawa going on like a murderous rage against Creep Senpai toward the end of the season? They're gonna get into a fight somehow because
he doesn't have I don't think he has the backbone to actually do it.
You don't think he's got the backbone to take a pencil and just shove it down his fucking gullet?
He's one of those that all talk thinks it, but won't actually do it. Well, he might get covers to stick up for her near the end.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna go to Creep Senpai's gonna make a move, and he's gonna be like, "Dude, no, get the fuck off. She's my girl."
Or just, hey, no means no, back off.
Yeah, basically.
Like you tried so much, I seen you.
Yeah,
and she's just not interested, and you are making her uncomfortable.
Something like that. I could see.
Or like apologize to her, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, and what are you gonna do about it, pussy? But no,
I kill you.
Exactly. But what you call it? Ichikawa starts to get upset, like over Victor's, like, you know what, like she shouldn't be hanging out with someone like me.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, like I bet you she's just using me.
Yeah.
And so then he starts giving her the silent treatment. And Yamada's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, basically, like he's not at the library with her.
Yep.
Just been going home.
Yep.
Doesn't even bother, like hardly a hello.
Basically, right? Just total ignoring. And like, you know, first to leave, first to all that, and Yamada's like trying to like reach out and can't. And eventually she manages to corner Ichikawa. And Ichikawa's like awkwardly like, I gotta go, And then Yamada's like, are you mad at me? Like, what did I do? I'm sorry. Like, is it because I'm so close to you? And then the whole reason why this was triggered in the first place is because Ichikawa was continuing to read that shoujo manga, and there's a scene in the shoujo manga where basically the cool kid is like, oh, like, are you so close to me because you like me? And then he's like, nah, Yamada doesn't like me, whatever. So she's like, I know you don't like me close to you, I'm sorry. And then he's like, no, it's not that. And he tries to leave. And as he's trying to leave, basically, Yamada just can't take it anymore. She just begins to just sob. She begins sobbing, and she pulls out the tissues that he gave her. Feel free to use, and she's wiping her tissues. And then he has a realization in that moment, like, no,
like I was the jerk here.
I was a jerk. Yamada would never do that. That's not in her character to be that type of person. So he apologizes, and then in a nice, sweet moment, she goes and she just runs and hugs him so tightly, like against her rather, like face on tits, just like, but in like a warm embrace, right? Yeah. And so she tells Ichikawa, like, let's go home together. So they walk home, and Ichikawa's like, all right, well, this is where we split. And he starts to leave, and Yamada's like, no, I want to talk more. So they sit down, they just have general talks, and then they start talking about the manga, about what they liked, and they like the similar parts, whatever. And then she's like, oh, I got to give you the next volume. I'll bring it to you on Monday, after he gives her back the volume that he finished reading. And she's like, okay. Then Monday comes. But
he realized, like that day, like, but that's when winter break starts.
No, yeah, so that's basically what it is. They're like, what's it called? So Monday comes, she forgets the book, and she's like, I'll bring it tomorrow, don't worry. And she's like, well, winter break starts tomorrow, basically. And then she's like, okay. And then she's like, wait, then let's meet. Like, and then Yamada comes up with the courage, like, give me your line.
Yep. So like, oh, well then, yeah, this is where to do it.
And Ichikawa's freaking the fuck out, like, oh my god, line. And then they're like, all right. So then they end up texting the whole rest of the day. Just really brief things, and they're like, all right, meet outside of the station tomorrow at 2:00. Okay, no problem. But then the end of the episode basically is the onset of what tomorrow is, and that tomorrow is Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
because during the conversation she had asked him, like, oh, do you have any plans for Christmas? Like, oh, we're going up to my father's hometown. So basically Yamada wants to hang out with Ichikawa just before, like, on a little date before he leaves for break, and it's happening on Christmas Eve.
So I can't wait. It's gonna be cute.
It's gonna be very cute.
We have 3 more of this. Well, one tomorrow, so it'll be 2 more after that.
So basically, I think something major is gonna happen tomorrow. The penultimate episode is probably gonna be like
the creep,
Ichikawa, like, realizing shit's going on, and I think the finale will be the creep. I think finale will be Creep Senpai. He sticks up to him and for Yamada, and then like him and Yamada, like, I was maybe affirm their feelings. Do you think this gets a season 2?
I hope so. I really hope so.
This isn't an original, right? This is an adaptation.
It's an adaptation.
Yeah. Is there more?
No, there's definitely more.
Okay. So they probably won't affirm the feelings then.
Like I said, we shared the picture in the group chat of her having the blonde hair, so that's got to be happening. That'll be next season.
Just blonde hair? What the fuck? When did you share that?
It was in the one with you, me, and Starman.
Yeah, when was that? I'm scrolling up now. No, you just sent me like fucking horrified fucking what's it called? Marin.
No. Hold on.
You have horrified Marin. You have the creepy Sailor Moon girl, and then like
Sailor Moon. That was Starman.
Yeah, Starman did that.
I'm trying to look for it.
Let me go to media.
I could have sworn we put it in here.
No, it might have been between you guys. I don't see nothing else. You have Ayasaka. You have Hormarin. You have.
You seeing this one?
Oh no.
That looks like a bracket.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Not who though.
Yep. But yeah, that's gonna be her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll get a season 2.
Hopefully. No,
this one is. I'm really impressed with this one.
Yeah, this is one of the sleepers of the season for sure.
Mm-hmm. And we were like, at the beginning.
Yeah, we were like, bro, like we're like so close to dropping it, and then glad we didn't.
Nope, glad we didn't. All right, moving on. Tonikawa.
I didn't really particularly like this episode. Like, it was okay. You liked it more than I did, I believe.
Yeah. No, it was more for the second half. Like
the second half was better. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I didn't care about the teacher with the pickled.
Yeah,
basically, yeah. After that, I was fine.
Yeah, basically. So we can wrap this up fairly quick. Basically, this episode had 3 different parts. It starts off actually really good. It starts off with a girl wandering war-torn Japan, and she's crying. Yeah. She doesn't have her parents. She's hungry, and then a figure that basically looks like Tsukasa basically comes up to her like, it's gonna be okay, kid. And then
here had this, and then you see it's the older lady, Tokiko, like reminiscing, like
yeah, basically, so it was like, okay, cool. And so then we fast forward basically to where they're just talking in general, right? They're just having casual conversation, and all of a sudden we see Yanagi Sensei come over, like, hey, I'm here. So they sit down, they have a conversation, and Yanagi Sensei is like, hey, we're going to get married, me and Taniguchi Sensei. And they're like, oh, congratulations. Oh, like, congratulations.
But I'm feeling some regret now. Like,
yeah. And they're like, well, why is that? And then she basically goes over a story about how they went to a meat bowl place, and he put a bunch of ginger on top of his meat bowl, and they had like this conversation
it was because of a manga he read. They had it like this. And it's like, I have to do it just because I read the manga. I need to have that moment. Yeah. And he talks about how he doesn't like it because there's too much pickled ginger.
Yeah.
And he tells don't have it. Trust me. Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Be normal. And so basically Yanagi's like, the fuck is wrong with this guy? Basically.
And then 2 days later, she does it.
Yep.
And she doesn't like it. But after she's having that craving again, he's like, I looked down on people who had too much pickled ginger. Now I see everyone else having it, and now I'm liking it. Is this what he meant by just be normal? Like, what is he gonna think of me? What is he gonna think of me now?
Basically, and then he makes it. They make a good point. Long story short, they're like, just like, hey, at the end of the day, like, marriage is about accepting all the quirks and little things about your significant other. If you can't come to learn to appreciate or respect or understand those quirks, then the marriage isn't going to work. And so she's like, all right, great, thank you for the advice. I'm going to go talk to Taniguchi Sensei about it. Have a good night. And off they go. The second half of the episode, like we said, is where things really pick up. Basically,
first NASA is gaining weight.
Yep, he goes on a scale. He's like, holy fuck, I'm a fat motherfucker.
All because Tsukasa keeps overfeeding him a little bit.
And he's only 60 kilos, which is, he's still a junior heavyweight.
Yeah.
He's under 100 kilos.
But he probably gained like 10 pounds, 50 pounds.
Probably. Yeah. So then as Tsukasa's making breakfast, which by the way, that breakfast looked great. She was making French toast. Right. That looked like fucking great French toast. Oh, that's what I would love that. Just, homemade like French toast, like homemade French toast, homemade grilled cheese are like 2 of my favorite like dishes. French toast with eggs. Like, I wish I had somebody to make
but NASA goes to Tsukasa and she like randomly just hugs her
Yeah.
Like you're very.
And he's
slim.
like, man, she's so thin. And then Tsukasa then just grabs fucking
like,
Nasa Chicho's in the back, and I was like, hey, honey, have you gained weight?
Gained a little weight?
And he's like, my heart.
He's like, no. He's like, honey.
Yes.
But she's like, dude, it's like it's cool. Like, all right,
yeah,
like
if
you get
a little plump, I still think you're cute.
Yeah, but that's like unacceptable. I'm gonna go work out.
Yep. He's like, I'm gonna go run 10 kilometers.
Yeah, this is where she's talking to Kaname. It's like, does he know how to exercise? Like, oh, trust me, like in school, he made sure he had A's in everything. And I mean everything, even
which
PE.
Includes PE. Yep. Includes PE. So he runs, the first lap, he's good. The second lap, he's gassed. He's done.
Yep, basically, he has not kept up with working out after being married. So that's why basically he's rusty and everything.
Yep, basically.
So Tsukasa sees this, is like, you know what? I'm gonna go run with him.
Yep. So they run for a little bit, and she's like, honey, are you okay? He's like, I'm fine.
Yep.
And so then they go to the park, and he's like, I'm gonna do a pull-up. I'm gonna do a pull-up. He does the pull-up
and
can't even do one.
Yeah, and he gets out and says, like, I'm your husband, I wanna protect you. And the guy's like, honey, you know I protected you from death on the bus.
But right, you remember that, right? That's
how, it's in the OP every day.
It's in the OP. That's a funny.
Yeah, that image is just that's what you think of once you see that image.
Bus-kun failed.
Yep. Isekai-kun failed, but
Isekai-kun failed.
Yeah, but she's talking about, let's just like we're there for each other type of thing. They go back to the house. They're having cold noodles. And fucking Granny comes in.
Oba-san comes in. Like,
she's like the grandma from Red Girlfriend. Very tech savvy. She's just down. She's ready to go.
Yep, basically.
Yeah, so he's like, and she was there. I know her. She fucking teleported. I don't know where she came from.
No, well, they had a scene with her driving with a box. She was getting driven into the city. So
I'm saying like she just
how she got in there.
Yeah. That's just it. Basically, it was just them having noodles. As soon as they open the thing, she's right there. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Like,
right. And so Nasa, of course, is happy. Tsukasa hates it, and she's just like, whatever. So then the grandma's like, hey, why don't we go camping? You know, it's an opportunity to release the tensions in your heart and get reacquainted between Earth and the heavens, basically. And Tsukasa's like, I don't want to fucking go camping. What the fuck, old lady? Yeah, and then Nasa's like, oh, that sounds so good. I'm down. And then the grandma's like, don't you want to grant this old woman that doesn't have much time to live one final request?
The guilt trip. I was like,
all right. They're like, great, we're gonna go camping, yay! And then the episode ends actually really nicely and actually says a lot, because the episode then goes back to the flashback at the beginning, where you see the woman in the war-torn.
Yeah, because like you think the old woman was the other one, while Tsukasa was the kid, but
no, it was the opposite. Tsukasa was the woman who gave unagi,
the snacks,
the snack, and it was a young.
Kiko was the young lady, the young girl.
Yeah. So that's how long Tsukasa has been. I mean, but you get the thing anyway, because when they talk about when at the onsen in the previous episode, they're like, oh, I can see why he wanted to do this way back in like 18 something.
Yep.
Like, she's been around, bro.
Yeah.
Is she still a virgin? She can't be a virgin, right? No, right?
No.
They still haven't even fucked.
Unless she just did not care about relationships and just traveled. Also, like, how many times has she been married before him?
That's what I was thinking. Like, she's had to have been like with somebody, right?
Had to have, yeah. But
I mean, another thing though, like, wouldn't the hymen like just like wear over the course of 250 years? Like, there'd be none at that stage, right? You would think, considering she's so old.
But you see that she hasn't aged either.
Yeah, she doesn't age at all. So I don't know.
She's like forever 16.
Wouldn't that be kind of like fucked up? You're like, just be like a virgin, like just the next day, like she fucks for the first time, loses her virginity. Next day, it's back, or like next century, it's back.
I don't think it works like that.
I don't know. I'm fucking like, well, my husband's dead. Back to being a virgin. Whoop, back to being 16.
No, she doesn't do that to her body. No, she's the one. No, I can't tell you. I cannot tell you.
I know. I'm just talking shit.
I know. It's like, but yeah, that was where that ended.
So
again, weak first half, but I like the second half.
Yeah, and honestly, like I kept thinking this the whole time when I was watching the first half of Tonikawa. I was just like, man, I used to adore, especially the OP. The OP of season 1 is one of my favorite OPs ever. That shit goes hard in my car with my 212.
And this one's growing.
And this one has grown on the both of us. You're right. But it's like there's so many other like good ones like this season, specifically Dangers and Insomniacs. And if you're watching Skip and Loafer, you have that romance aspect. And then if you're watching Yamada Level 99, you have that one. So like there's so many other ones. And just in general, over the course of like it's been like what, almost 2 years since Tonikawa came out. I think it was 2021 that it came out. And it's like I've seen so many ones that are just so much better. So it's like I feel like it's like gone down my like list in a way,
Yeah, last one.
I think we got 3 more or 4 more.
Of this one?
Of Tonikawa? Yeah, we 3 more, yeah.
We got 3 more.
All right.
Yep. But yeah, good stuff there. So
indeed.
Hopefully they'll give us her actual background in this season.
Hopefully, man. That's the allure to Tonikawa. What keeps people in there is the fact that she is like from some sort of like out of space type of thing. So
not that.
I know they're not quite, but yeah, just
But again, if you remember what I talked about the Taylor Princess Kaguya story, like how it's basically that. If you know that, then you'll know what it is. But but if you don't, then there you go.
Not a Hudo.
All right, well, but yeah, it's those elements, but it's like more of an after thing. But anyway, let's move on.
Indeed.
Let's see, Insomniacs.
Another good episode.
Yeah, God, I love this one, but
it's sad.
Yeah, I felt bad for him.
I did indeed. So, basically, the episode starts off. They're making their final preparations for the viewing party. Like things are going really well. Things are progressing. Everything's good. They're like, all right, well, what's next? They're like, well, now we gotta wait. Right? It's a beautiful sunny day when they're making their final progressions.
Yep.
And then the next day comes finally. But before the next day comes, we see what's his dick? Ganta. Basically, he's laying in bed that night and he starts having a dream as he's listening to, I guess, a podcast or some sounds or something. He starts having a dream about him as a child, and it's him and his mother, and I presume his father.
Yeah.
And they are out in the woods, and it's a beautiful starry night, and the mother is like saying, like, look how beautiful the stars are, son. And little Ganta has like this like kind of like face of like it did indifference or sadness in a way. And then as he's having these like thoughts, and you see like the smiling mother there, like, oh, they're really pretty, the door to the apartment opens and his father gets home and basically wakes him up, and it disturbs the sleep. So there's that. And then the next day, after it was sunny and beautiful the day before, it's a monsoon outside.
Yeah. Basically. So on another event he had planned.
Yep. It rains like fucking crazy.
Yeah, but everyone else is optimistic except for Ganta.
Yeah, and they're basically
Ganta is overthinking it again. He's upset. He's blaming himself.
He blames himself. He's like, it's all my fault. It's all my fault. Because he planned this.
He was like, oh, yeah. I promise it'd be great for everyone. We got all these people here. I want to give everyone a good time, but now it's not happening.
Yeah,
I got their hopes up. I disappointed everyone.
Yeah,
even though like everyone else is just like, dude, it's cool. Like,
yeah, basically. And they're like, hey, so we're gonna cancel it. And then when the sensei says we're gonna cancel it, basically he's just like, fuck this, I'm out. He's like, it's my fault, fuck, and he just runs out into the monsoon.
Basically it's like, we'll plan another day. It's no big deal. It happens.
So everyone, like, they feel bad. You see Isaki, and Isaki's just like on the verge of tears for Ganta. And Ganta just runs out into the monsoon, just crying and just running away. And so then basically Sensei is like, all right, who's coming to the after party? And no one answers. They're like, all right, who doesn't want to come to the after party? No one answers. Like, all right, so then everybody's coming. Come on, we're going to go get hamburger steak on me. Right? And they're like,
but Isaki's like, you know what? You're going on ahead.
Yeah. And then Senpai also was there. I forget her name. Senpai's there. And Senpai's like, Usaka.
Well, hers. Oh, so. But yeah, Usaka.
Okay, so anyway, they're like, we're gonna go try and find Ganta, and so basically,
Oh, sorry. You met the. Oh, sorry. Wrong person. Yui.
Yui. There we go. Yui
Yeah,
senpai.
I was thinking of the teacher.
My bad.
Yeah.
So excuse me. So they go off trying to find him. Eventually, Saki does manage to find Ganta, and he's just walking in the rain.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the bridge.
He's on the other side of a bridge, and basically they meet up, and they end up taking refuge in the bus stop, the same bus stop that they hid in episode 1, I believe, is what it was.
Yes.
Or episode 2, I believe. Regardless, though, they hid in the same bus stop, and basically it's just an awkward, quiet moment. They dry themselves off in a way. And Ganta just begins to just sob. And he's like, every time I meticulously plan something, it's guaranteed it's going to fail. You know, like I can never win. Like it's always like fucked up. And he's just crying. And Isaki, again, feels bad. So Isaki pulls her phone out and starts doing a radio broadcast. And they start talking just in general about the weather, about the plans. It sucks.
Yeah, like basically, it was a way to basically calm Ganta, cheer him up.
Yeah, and then she mentions like, "Hey, we're at the same bus stop right now that we hid in," and she's like, and she mentions on the broadcast to him in front of him, "Ever since that day, I've always considered you a special person in my life." And Ganta is like, absolutely, yeah, I agree too. And Ganta is just absolutely like blown away. He's shocked, and he's like, as he's gonna basically reiterate the same line to him, the bus comes. So people get off the bus, they hide again.
Because it's past curfew for them, so
yeah, basically, and they're like, why are these kids there? And so then they hide there, and basically Ganta again, he wants to say like, you are special to me, Isaki, and Isaki grabs his cheeks and makes a face with his face, which is cute. Yeah. And then right as you could tell like in her face, she's like, I don't know what to do. Like
that could have been a moment to kiss him.
Yeah, she's basically like fleeting on that moment to like be like, I should kiss him. And as they're about to kiss, she's like, fuck it. As they're about to kiss,
yep, Yui sees it.
Yui sees them. They're like, perverts! No, it's not like that. So they end up basically all going to the restaurant. They all get their hamburger steak.
And then she makes a thing with the prawns, like,
yeah, kissing face. And they're both like embarrassed. That's how the episode ends. But before that, though, basically, Ganta once again apologizes for making everybody worry, apologizes for this being a failure. And everyone, they're like, we're good. We're rescheduling it for December. We've got everything down pat.
Like
you're good.
Don't worry about it. It happens. Like, we're not mad at you.
Yeah,
they appreciate the effort going into it. Like,
yeah,
cheer him up. They cheered him up.
Exactly.
But no, really good episode. Oh, they showed Roman's new belt.
Oh, what's it look like?
Can you see through here?
Oh wait. Oh no, I got it. So it's black and gold this time.
Yeah, no more blue. No more of that blue shit. Is it just the one belt?
So it's called the undisputed WWE title.
I'm gonna assume so. Yeah.
And then you have the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, so we're back to 2 belts, not 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I said, well, Universal should be gone. So
it's a nice belt.
Very shiny.
So was the other one.
I know they both are. Yeah.
Seth Rollins said that on Twitter he's gonna do an open challenge for the World Heavyweight.
Yeah.
Monday night.
I think someone from Judgment Day will do it. It
makes sense.
Yeah.
He said, he mentioned, he's like, oh, the World Heavyweight title hasn't been done since Big E did in 2021. Wouldn't that be something if Big E came out?
Well, we still haven't got an update on him, so.
Yeah, he was supposed to get one after WrestleMania, and they never updated. Like,
he got the shot. He was like one of those. If I come back, cool. If I don't, I'm content.
Bro, I still feel bad. Like, you got to feel like fucking what's his dick? Ridge Holland. Yeah, he's got to feel like shit. And they're like, and Big E had said, he's like, no, like Ridge has been cool. Like, shit happens, accidents happen.
He's been visiting me like every day.
Yeah, he texts on me. He apologized. He got me gifts for like fucking up. Like, no, it's like I forgave Ridge a long time ago. And I was like,
I didn't. He wasn't mad at him in the first place. Just
it
happens. It's what we do.
Yeah, basically. So that was cool, but you still got to feel bad for Ridge in a way. He's got to feel like shit if this motherfucker never comes back.
Yeah, but he'll make peace with it. So,
I mean, where we got Matt?
Let's see. We got Gundam. We got Home Hero. We got Konosuba. We got Tengoku. We got Stone. We got Demon Slayer. 6.
All right, let's go with Konosuba next.
Yeah. We did last week, so
yeah.
So now this one, episode 9, basically Megumin and Yudyun are on the carriage.
Yep.
They're going to the town.
Yep.
What's the town? What's the name
Axel.
of the town? Axel. They're going to Axel. Megumin's like, oh yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Basically, just trying to make it sound worse. Like, this is have a nice carriage ride.
Nope. Instead, a bunch of monsters every fucking few miles come in.
Yeah, but yeah, so basically the warriors are like, help us. Like, oh, you guys are the Crimson Demon Masters? That went to Megumin's head.
Of course.
Ooh. But yeah, the first one is just the giant worms. It's the giant worms.
Yeah, and Yunyun basically fucking takes them out, and she's exhausted. She's like, fuck.
Yeah, because she doesn't want Megumin to do like, nope, because you'll kill everyone else because we're all here.
Basically explosion magic. You're gonna blow up the carriages, then we're fucked. So don't do that. So she's like, all right, cool. So basically, each monster battle, Yunyun is taking care of them. And by the third monster battle, Yunyun is absolutely drained.
And she wants to kill Megumin.
Yeah, she's so mad at Megumin. And then the people in the carriage are like, oh, this fucking moocher. Like, she doesn't know jack shit. Like, this fucking girl, like, Yunyun is our savior, really. And what the fuck does this bitch know or do? Like, she does nothing.
But then we find out who was behind all of this.
The demon.
Arnes, she's back again.
Yes, and she fucking grabbed. She wants Shamusuke, and fucking Megumin. They're like, "You want Shamusuke so bad? Here!" And she
yeets it,
yeets Shamusuke, and Yunyun's like, "Yunyun, what the?" Or Megumin, like, Megumin, what the fuck are you doing?
It's right for familiar to sacrifice themselves for their master, so it's okay.
Yeah, and she starts like she
tried to do her explosion tan, and Yunyun just stops her like, nope, you ain't doing that.
No, you're not gonna kill Shamusuke. Nope. She's like, no, we're gonna bury it. No, I'm never gonna let you kill Shamusuke.
Yep.
I laughed, and then meanwhile though, what's it called? Arnis starts using her deathly fucking magic powers to like shoot like a purple spirit bomb at them and kill them all. And then Megumin notices her bracelet and was like, "Hey, that's my father's bracelet. Thank you for your purchase," and bows.
And he's like, "What?" And then like, "It's you."
And Arnis starts realizing like all the bad luck she's had has been since she brought the bracelet. And she's like, "You're their child? Oh, I'm
now
gonna
you have to know.
Extra kill you."
Because she was gonna leave with Shamusuke, like, I got what I want, we're leaving, but nope. Like, nope, I have to kill her. She has to die first.
You're gonna fucking die. And as she's about to throw the fucking spirit bomb of doom at them, and they're all fucked, a divine light comes from the sky and descends upon Axel. And it's a potent, very, very, very potent magical power. And it stops Arnis in her tracks. And she's like, what is that? That can't be. And if you know the story, basically that is Aqua and Kazuma basically descending into the universe at that exact moment. But nothing happens. But the distraction is basically enough for Megumin to pull out her fucking explosion magic. And so it's explosion magic versus dark magic. And
Shamusuke just like, nope, I ain't dealing with this.
Nope, I'm down. Bites the fucking hand. Fucking Yunyun grabs Shamusuke and takes cover. And basically, it's a battle of whose magic is stronger. Ends up being Megumin. Megumin basically manages to blow through the dark magic.
And Armis he's gone,
eviscerated from the world.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Basically.
Yep. So that happened. Everyone's being happy to celebrate a bit.
Yep.
They're back on the carriage. Yep. Yunyun wants to strangle her in her sleep.
Basically, but then all the other people were like, "I knew you were like a Crimson. Like, you're like really good." And she's like, "Yep, I'm the foremost in explosion magic. Yay!" And the episode ends.
Yunyun got no love. Like, what the?
Basically, and then because Yunyun the whole time has been like, "Hey, do you want to join my party?" And she's like, "We can't have two magic casters. That doesn't make any sense." And basically rejecting Yunyun the whole time, the whole episode. And so, basically, the episode ends with them arriving in Axel, and adventures await.
Yep. For this one, we have, I believe,
3 more.
Yep, 3 more.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad this actually is picking up.
Yeah, no, it's
after she got her magic, it felt more like Konosuba-ish.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it just took a bit. That was my big gripe.
Yeah, I agree. You know, how do you feel about like if they did this for all the characters? Like they did an Aqua piece. They did
I think I'd rather have just darkness.
the darkness piece. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, there's masochist galore.
masochist little whore.
Yes, exactly.
Take the butt end of the sword and stick it in my asshole. Ooh.
No, if we ever get a spin off, I'd rather have just darkness.
Not useless Aqua.
No, because Cosmo suffered enough.
I mean, you don't want the ultimate confirmation of if Aqua wears panties or not?
No, she does. She just turned him invisible so no one could look at him. She's an idiot. We expect. That's something she would do.
Does Aqua do party tricks with her pee?
That's for you, not. I am not answering that.
The shit we come up with.
The shit we come up with. All right, let's move on. Let's do Tengoku.
Very interesting.
Yeah, we see the friend fully, Asura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first little bit is a flashback. Asura is fucking alien.
In effect, yes.
Yeah, in effect, yeah, or just really deformed. But who is she talking to? Kona.
Kona, yep.
She's the one that she is friends with.
Yep.
Someone got cut, got hurt, so she used her stuff to heal.
Yep.
And then we get to nighttime. Kona's sleeping, and Asura is in his room.
Yep.
Turns off all the cameras.
Yep.
Basically, I know what my purpose is. Come with me.
Yep. And so they come.
Basically, you're gonna stand right there. You're gonna stand in that balcony. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna go hit myself. Yep. You're gonna watch me. You're gonna watch me do it.
So Asura does the deed. Kona is beyond inconsolable.
And he's talking about how he loves her.
Yeah, and Kona basically, or I'm sorry, Asura is like, no, find you another love between a man and a woman. You'll know when that time comes, and you'll know that feeling when it hits you. You'll be fine. And so then that happens. Then we get a flash forward, and we see Mimihime basically staring at the ceiling where Asura hung herself.
Yeah.
And the boy that likes her is like,
Kona,
hey, what are you? Not Kona, somebody else.
Oh, the one that likes her.
The one that likes Mimihime, yeah.
Oh, Shiro.
Shiro's like, what are you looking at? She's like, just that thing. And he's like, what thing? I see nothing up there but the lights and the vent. And she's like, oh, okay. And then as they walk away, she's like, oh, it confirms like nobody can see what I see. And they basically see the figure of Asura's like fucking just hanging there.
And while this is going on during the school, students are in like swimming pool activity, and she knows something different about Tokyo.
Yep.
And she's like, hey, come with me, like checkup type of thing.
Yeah, checkup type of thing. And then Tokyo's like, oh, I'm just really worried about how my health is. And they're like, oh,
she's like, yo, you're fine. Just don't do any strenuous activity.
Strenuous. Yeah. And
doesn't say what, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we get to the second half with Kiriko and Maru. They're trying to find out, like, they got more clues now. They're basically just looking.
They got the button from Dr. Usaki.
Yep.
Unagi, sorry, Dr. Unagi, and they're like, Usami. Oh, is Usami? Sorry, Usami.
It is Usami.
Usami, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, they're like, where we go? It's like, well, if he didn't shoot himself, I would tell us where to go. He didn't tell us exactly what direction.
Yeah, what it was. But they managed to find a building, and in that building is basically called the Takahara Academy.
But we're skipping ahead.
Oh,
basically, the building collapsed while they were talking.
No, there was an earthquake.
Yeah, sorry, earthquake. So the building was falling down.
Yeah.
Kiriko's like, hey, let's go that way. Let's oh, you mean the loot? Like, no, we might find something there. Like
to loot.
Yeah, but to loot, yeah. So they go there. They see a guy pop out. I fucking love this guy, but he comes out. He's like, oh, wait, like, are you guys not bad? Like, you look like a bandit. You must.
For real.
Like, all right, before you go, there's nothing down there anyway. So before we go, do you know this symbol or these people in the photos?
And he's like, wait a minute, let me back my truck up. Let me come to the opposite side.
You go right there. So he pulls like a 3-point turn. He's out facing the side, facing that building. Now he's ready for like fortune telling type of shit.
He looks like Tales from the Crypt. He's like, pick a story, any story. It costs you
Yeah.
money though. And
So he's like talking about the rumors of the great disaster and how. Oh yeah, they spent $100 on this too.
$200 total because they.
I know. Like first, it's like, oh well, if you pay me, I'll refresh my memory.
I'll remember something. Yeah.
And then he's like, "See you, bye bye." And then Kiriko's like, "No, not see you, bye bye."
Yeah.
It's like, well, for another story, I can tell you about where I came from. All this is basically, I was inhabited by the building that's ran by women.
Yep.
And they use men for breeding.
Yep.
And if it's a girl, they live like a normal person. If it's a boy, they're with us as a slave to be bred when it's older.
Yep.
So me and the mother couple, we ran out. They got caught, but I escaped by Keki. I came back a year later. They were dead. They hung themselves. I have the number on my head to remember.
And fucking
that's it.
Kiriko's like, wait a minute, grabs the arm, fucking rubs the fucking number. The number starts coming off, and she's like, I'm gonna give you a second, otherwise you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, before that though, first he goes, see you, bye bye again. Then Maru screws, no, not see you, bye bye. We gave you $200 basically. Yeah, and now they the arm and like, yep, you got like 1 second to leave for shooting.
And she's like, okay, bye bye. Vroom.
Like, well, we lost money. We got no info. Like, no, because
he just took his thing to
block it. He was blocking the logo.
Yeah, and it's the Takahara Academy. So they start going through the Takahara Academy. They don't find much, but they do find a paper, and it said like the Takahara Academy is basically like an orphanage. And at the same time, they said like, all right, well, it's got like 27 locations and 2 facilities, and there's a facility that's fairly close by. We should check this facility out. And so, what's his face? Maru is like, hey, you want to spend the night here? It's a solid building. And she's like, no, this place gives me the fucking creeps. Let's find somewhere else to sleep. And then we go back to the orphanage, to Takahara Academy.
And they're like, and there's like the 5 students there. It's like, hey, where's Tokyo? And you find out, like, hey,
you're not going to see Tokyo for a while. And then while this is happening, there's an emergency meeting being held with all of the adults of Takahara Academy. And they're like, well, first off, we have we're going to promote this person to assistant director. Congratulations. And there's a couple people pissed off. And she's like, now we get to like the real reason. The main problem. Tokyo is pregnant.
So how do they know about
Whoa!
I'm like, wow.
Kona, bro. Kona put it in her, bro.
Yep. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. Damn.
And that's where the episode ends. You see, the episode ends basically with Tokyo being taken into like some sort of like ward via wheelchair.
Yep. We have 4 more, too, of this one. So,
man.
I can't wait.
I know, dude.
Moving on. Dr. Stone.
It was an okay episode.
Yeah, this is a little more fan servicey. It's more about the makeover, but we'll get to that in a bit. Yep. We're still on the boat. Suika is making the guards like freak out, trying to chase her.
Yep.
While Ginro's on the boat.
Yep.
Because, he's the last hope, and everyone's disappointed.
Yep.
But eventually, they find Senku's mini lab.
Yep.
They drive off out of it. They're off the big ship.
Yep.
They're trying to follow it. They reunite with Senku and everyone else. As like they think it's a beast because they haven't seen vehicles before. So okay, we gotta make it think that it's a beast. So we're gonna make shit. The stench of shit.
The stench of shit.
Yep. So it's like sulfur, something like that. Basically put in like meats, like.
So they basically microwaved the clamshell, fucking put the sulfur on top of it, and then highlighted it with something else, and they're like, shit smell, and they just fucking
and hey, it fucking works. And it's like, oh, the thing's just passing gas or whatever. It's like, fuck, I'm not gonna shut up, Matt. Shut up.
Yep.
But the villagers, they run away.
Yep. And they managed to hide the mobile lab inside of a crystal cave that only this particular village knows of. So they shouldn't be able to find the mobile lab for now.
So basically, it's like, okay, now let's go back to what we were doing, which is basically beautifying Kohaku. Like, are you sure they're still good dudes? Like, trust me, no. The guy who wants it for, like, he won't stop it, especially for a pretty lady.
Right. Right.
He does it like what, once a year, I believe it was.
Yeah, once a year he goes and gets new pussy.
Yep. Yeah, Mosu. That's his name, Mosu.
Yep.
And Ibarra with the villagers, like, oh, you sure it's a beast? But he sees the tire tracks, and that's where he's like,
We'll search every location we can possibly come up with to try and find these people.
Yep. But now we go back to Kohaku, everyone else. The
Yep,
hair is too fuzzy, too hard.
Yep.
So first they mix shampoo, it works on her, but the hair is still like stiff and all this.
Yep.
So basically, half this was basically making cosmetics.
Yep. So they made shampoo, conditioner, foundation, and lipstick.
And then Kohaku grabs them like weapons and starts like.
Oh, it was jasmine tea. That was the other thing. That's part of the shit.
Yes, jasmine tea. Yes.
Part of
jasmine tea, honey, and for the shit. That's right.
For the shit. Yeah. They jasmine tea on top of the meat, on top of the sulfur equals shit.
But Kohaku's like doing order with the foundation, lipstick.
Yeah.
He turns around.
She looks like a fucking like it.
Yep. Looks like a fucking monster. So like,
looks like well, no, I'm not gonna make that joke.
But yeah, Amaryllis is like, nope. Like I got it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then Amaryllis has the idea of, so would it make sense if more of us came instead of just Kohaku? In case it doesn't work. So they dressed up Senku. Well, it doesn't work because of his voice.
Right.
Fucking Gen could have done this. He looked like the girl. He sounded like a girl. Fucking hot, but it's like too tall. That was the complaint. Like, really?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Too tall? Come on.
No, it makes sense. If you have like a demographic of like people on an island, this tall motherfucker, like I think that kind of makes sense.
Whatever, man. Like, again would be perfect, but
I didn't do the joke that I was gonna make that I didn't make on here.
Stop it. But Sozu is like definitely not because of that.
Right. He's bald. He's bald. Yep.
Bald and ugly.
Yep.
But like we need someone like trappish, looking feminine, and then Kagu's like, how about Ginro? Has that soft voice?
Yep.
He's like, oh no, you ain't doing this.
They did it.
And doesn't look bad.
No, he doesn't. Passable trap.
Yep. And he's like, I'm a boy. He's like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Then Inara, Tozu, the other girl, like it's time for the thing.
Yep.
Pick a bitch.
Yep.
Everyone lines up. Everyone's going to find Kohaku's like, shit, I'm next. I didn't realize.
Yep.
And then she's like, very butchy-ish, like, hey there. Like
yeah. And then all of a sudden, Mazu basically shoots a fucking staff at her that hits Kohaku in the hand, and the staff breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, because the guy's trying to grope her, trying to Copperfield.
Yeah, basically.
It's like, like, I like you, but I was like, let me get a feel of you.
Yeah. The key is basically Mazu and Kohaku having an interaction. She's like, I like girls like you. You're really strong. She's like, I don't know what your intentions are. I don't care.
I would love to spar with you.
But I'd love to spar with you. She's like, I'll make my way into their palace to spar with you. And then Kohaku is like, I'm always up for a challenge. Just find me.
Yeah, and then Amaryllis is next. He's doing that like dense but very cute personality type of thing.
Yep, you're right.
It works. And then it's like Ginro's like, I'm gonna fail. So Ginro tried to fail on purpose.
And apparently the old man likes traps.
Yeah, he's like, I like the tomboyish people, so you're good. You're pass.
Yeah.
And they're like, ah.
And so all three of them are in the palace, and then basically the next step is to try and steal the purification beam.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Episode again. Kohaku has cake.
Heavy on comedy. Yep. Oh my god, Kohaku. Oh, she's so fun.
They did not hold back on that.
Bro, Senku can just literally smash that when he wants. Like that's his girl, and he's just like, nah, I care more about science. Nah.
Well, he's more goal oriented. I can respect.
Bro, like she's just so open. She like fucking sits down with her legs open, like. Bro,
well, if he really had to worry about repopulation, he would have done it. It's like basically it's an easy fix. So
yeah,
so she can wait.
Maybe he doesn't feel a certain type of way because of the fact that they're like somewhat blood related.
Well, they're
very, very, very,
well.
very,
The fact that it's just so far off, it doesn't really.
Yeah, very distantly, but
yeah, I think just more of he's just asexual. He just loves science.
Weirdo.
Not on Pride Month, damn it.
Oh, it's right. Anyway. That's the A, isn't it?
Yeah.
I will never understand that. That's like, I think that's the one letter I would just like, why? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's the one letter of the alphabet. I'm just like, it makes zero fucking sense at all.
Well, to be fair, I don't think you know anyone to really talk to about it.
I don't think I'd want to. It's like one of the ones like, I'm good. I'm good.
No, fucking, I think BoJack did it perfectly with Todd because he was a legit asexual. Like he wasn't gay, he wasn't bi, just straight up asexual. Like they actually explored a different sexuality in BoJack, and I fucking love that.
How could you not like dick or pussy?
Happens.
I don't see how. Why? How? I will never comprehend it, ever.
Well, you're not those people, so you don't know how they feel.
I'm pretty certain I don't want to know. I can't imagine it. Anyway,
that's for different story, different times. Three more.
Let's go Demon Slayer because I want.
I was actually
co-main. I want it to be my home hero.
No. That's all you. But we'll get to that bit. This one is more or less just backstory.
Yes.
With Muichiro.
Yes.
But basically, he's out of the thing. He's trying to fight the pot.
Yep.
And,
he takes out all the pins, but they've like weakened his body.
Yeah, it's like a nerve poison.
Yeah.
Kotetsu, the younger child,
he's passed out from blood loss, and then there's like 5 fish demons that are coming to attack Muichiro.
So and then he fights them off. And now before that though, Hanazagawa, he finally falls down, like the building collapses.
Yeah, they blow up.
It's like, I finally broke in concentration.
And this is after he fucking blew up one of his eyes. Yeah. He's only got one eye now.
Yeah, he's got one eye. He's just still sharpening the blade. He's focused on the blade. The building blew up. He fell down for a bit. He's like, hey, oh God, I got him. I gotta be worth it. But he gets up, grabs a sword.
Yep.
Does it again. Gyuko.
Yeah.
He's just, this motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, like
he's annoyed.
Yeah, he's super pissed.
Then Mucho, he chases away for a little bit. He's like, fine, I'll kill you first.
Yep.
And then I'll get to him.
Yep.
And this is where we get the backstory.
Yes, and the backstory we find out basically, as we already know, Muichiro has amnesia, and he remembers basically the story of his mother and his father, and he's like, so basically the mother is sick. And the father goes out one time during, like, I would assume would be a typhoon of some sort to try and get herbs for the mother. And the mother ends up passing away. The father slips on a ledge, falls to his death. And so in one night, he loses both parents. And he's like, I was alone at the age of 10. And he's like, no, I lied. I was actually left alone at the age of 11 because I had a twin that was 10 with Yuichiro. And Yuichiro basically is his personality now, like where he's like he's a piece of shit.
Cold,
he's a dick.
Yep.
He's a dick. Basically, he's a dick to fucking, and he's bitter. He's very bitter over the fact that that his father went out. Like we could have
basically, if his dad's fault. If that was the case, we would have lost just one parent. That's it. But now we lost both.
Yeah, and he's like, you don't ever gain anything worthwhile from trying to help people, like, the fuck. And he's like, oh, you're so mean. Like, he basically, Muichiro was a very kind-hearted, very nice kid. And Yuichiro is just like a dick to him. And he's like, oh, you're just like them. Like, save people. Who the fuck are you? You're not going to save nobody. So they basically go about this. They go back and forth a lot. Like, they don't get along at all until one day, the master's wife comes over and tells them, like, hey, you're descendants of swordsmen, and we see great potential in you. We want to basically cultivate you. And
so, like, basically, you'll come with us, you'll be trained, you'll be learning to fight demons, you will be demon slayers.
Yeah, and so Muichiro is happy as shit,
but Yuichiro
is like,
and basically chases her away.
Yeah,
like, fuck off, basically. And then Muichiro's like, why? Is like why? So we can get killed too, just for helping people we don't know, basically.
Mm-hmm.
and he's like talking down on him, and you find out like they stopped talking to each other after that, really, except for when they're arguing
about fucking the master's wife who keeps coming over more or less every day to try and recruit them.
Yeah, that's the only time they talk. Out of that, just complete silence, awkward silence, the whole house, even during chores, dinner, sleep, everything. Just do not talk.
Yep.
It's nighttime, and a door opens.
Yep. It's a demon.
It's a demon. And
the demon lunges after Muichiro. Yuichiro happens to be up at the same time. He gets in front of the shot and loses his arm. Lost his arm.
Yep.
Flop. And basically he's bleeding out.
And then Muichiro, he finally snaps.
Yep.
Just beats the shit out of this demon, like stabbing, pitting.
Yeah, basically crushed its head, but because he didn't sever it, he can't kill the demon.
So basically, so he just kept it there till it was morning.
Yep,
daylight vanished, and then he goes back in.
He loses his weight, and then he crawls in, and he sees his brother on the brink of death due to the blood loss. And he overhears his brother like praying to the gods, like, hey, Muichiro's a good kid. Please protect him. Don't punish him. Punish me.
Like he was saying he was sorry and all this.
Yeah. And so his brother dies, and then it traumatizes Muichiro. Traumatizes him very much. He goes through that stage of amnesia where he wants to
he blocks it.
Yeah. And then the episode comes out with his sword maker, gives him a brand new sword. And basically we flash forward now.
Yeah, he's like talking about like it might not be as good as your master's, like your old master, but
I just followed his instructions. And he's like, yeah, the old master was my first sword maker. He died of heart disease. And then we get another flashback to once he became a swordsman, and
he talks about how he actually worries about it, like
you've been through so much and you hide it so much, and like no one understands what you go through, and I'm the only one.
But I do,
that. And he's like, I don't have long for the world. I just want you to be better, basically.
And he doesn't want to leave him alone either.
He doesn't know.
Like he wants someone to look after him.
Yeah. And by the way, that's a dope fucking sword. Crystal blue, engraved in Japanese, destroyer of demons. Like it's a gold hilt. Like it's a gorgeous sword, and he just easily cuts through like all this fucking shit. By this time, Gyotaro basically sees Muichiro, and he's like, oh, you escaped the prison. How the fuck did you do that? And he's like, wait, you know what? He's like, I'm happy because I'm so focused on this piece of shit that doesn't want to fucking break his concentration. I was so concentrated on him, I completely forgot that I fucking even attempted to kill you. He's like, so that's good.
Yeah, basically, because his job was to kill the demon slayers.
Yeah. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna go fucking kill this Kashira now, and then I'll get back to the fucking swordsman and fucking kill that piece of shit too, because he doesn't want to fucking break his concentration.
Yeah, so I'm glad we took a break from the Tanjiro side and got to this one.
Yeah, and we should mention that Muichiro keeps getting closer and closer and closer to killing Gyotaro, like because Gyotaro basically is like doing like a hide and seek thing with his vase, but Muichiro continues to basically stab at him like very closely.
Like soon you're gonna run out.
Yeah, he's like, I got an arm, then I got your neck. I only sliced it and then slice it off. And I'm like, so he's like, oh, you're never gonna catch up to me. He's like, your sensors are dull. Has it been because you've been alive for hundreds of years, old man? Like I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get your ass. I don't got time for these petty ass fucking games with a vase. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. Is basically what he says. And that's kind of how the episode ends, in essence.
All right, co-main.
Hey, we're on great timing, bro. 2 hours.
I know.
Imagine when we don't have Hell's Paradise and Oshinoko, huh?
It would have been like 240.
Yeah, it probably would have been like 245.
Yeah. Anyway, now co-main, My Home Hero.
Good God.
This was actually really good episode.
Shit, pick the fuck
Tetsu.
Tetsuo, yeah.
Fuck.
Tetsuo basically begs Kyoichi for like a final meal, like a final home cooked meal. And
even though it's fucking eggs.
It's an omelet.
But he's like talking about his dad to him a little bit, trying to get a little pity party out of him.
Basically, yeah.
And he's like, fine.
Yep. So he does that. They have the meal, they share the meal, and
he's like, don't talk to me.
Yeah. And we also get the background at the beginning of the episode. We skipped that part. That basically Tetsuo's father was a cop.
Yeah.
And he was killed in a car accident. And so they, starts having the conversation back and forth, trying to get, like Matt said, have a pity party. And Kyoichi's like, nah, I'm not with the shits, bro. Like, fuck, you're gonna die. Like, it's all good. Like, everything, life will move on.
Yeah, and even Tetsuo asked us, so which one of us is gonna die? But Kyoichi thinks it's gonna be Tetsuo because he's the suspect.
Yeah, basically. Like, he's never gonna fucking do anything with me. Whatever.
Yeah.
And so they end up going back to the little like
hideout.
Yeah, I guess you can call it the mobile hideout.
Yeah,
and,
with Kubo's there and
no, Kubo's not there. It's only
wrong guy.
Takeda. I think it's Takeda. His name's Takeda.
Let me
Yeah.
Yes, okay, Takeda, yeah.
Yeah, Takeda's there. And basically Tetsuo starts coughing like because they've been like chain smoking. The three of them.
And then they're also like, hey, any update on the video and all this, or like the video email.
Yeah.
But Tetsuo's like, I can't take you can't take the coffin.
Yeah.
So like, I gotta use the bathroom.
Yep.
And he starts doing his plan there. We don't see it yet. But he comes back out.
Yep.
And he wants to talk to Takeda.
No, Takeda wants to talk to Tetsuo because Takeda gets an email and it's like, what the fuck? I need to talk to you right now. And so basically they start having they have the conversation and they come back in and they're like, all right, old man, you're coming with us. Kyoichi, you're coming with us. And because the email, what? Yeah, he's like, what? And the email, he's like, oh yeah, we got an email about you being involved in the armored car incident from last year with Nobuto. And he's like, what? I was never part of that. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Like, well, then we're gonna check your house then.
Yeah, we're gonna check your house. And so then Kyoichi's like, Tetsuo, what the fuck did you tell them? He's like, I didn't tell them anything. What do you mean? And so then everybody goes to the house. They call.
No,
Kubo.
He said he talked about how he was being framed for the murder of Nobuto.
Yeah.
But we know that's not what he told them. But
yeah, right.
Like, oh yeah, I told him that you were being framed by him. So
right.
That's what I said. Just check your house. You got nothing to hide.
Right.
They go there. He says, "Open the safe," and he's like, "Check you see the money there?" It's like, "Yeah, check the serial number." It's like, "That's my actual money."
Yep, I saved up, and he's like, none of the serial numbers match. He's like, all right, are we good with this fucking charade now? And they're like, oh, check that bag that's there. And Kyoichi sees the bag. He's like, that was never there. What the fuck? Tetsuo, what did you do?
But he's like, you told me to look away when you did the combo for the thing.
Yeah, so I never got in your safe. I don't know what that is. And so they open up the bag, and all of Nobuto's bones are exposed. The tablet is exposed. And they're like, they basically go to the forensics and they're like, yeah, this crown, that's Nobuto's. This is Nobuto.
Yeah.
And then basically Kyoichi's like just losing his shit. He's just losing his shit.
And then he's blaming Tetsuo. Like, what did you do? And all this. But then we find out what he did.
Basically, the episode ends with him in the bathroom telling Kasen, like, hey, I left did you get the bones? Yeah. All right. I left the memo in your phone. I want you to follow the memo to the T and do it up. And so then we see basically about 2 hours before they arrive at the
Kasen was at the apartment.
Kasen's at the apartment on top of the roof, and she's stretching, and it looks like she's going to rappel down into the apartment. And I assume, because it's not confirmed, but I assume she uses the ultrasonic like black light to see the fingerprints of the combination.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah. Basically, I'm pretty sure the next episode, the first has to be about Kasen, how she did this.
Yeah, 100%.
And then the aftermath, what happened. This was really good. I like this.
So shit is on. They managed to do the frame job. And they one of the things that Kubo said is like, all right, make sure you put Nobuto in a body bag, like these bones in a body bag, and bring it over to his father before he leaves.
Yeah, because then he's going to start killing people.
Basically. So he's going to kill. That's crazy. He's going to kill him and his mother.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Hell no. No. Speaking of hell no, let's get to our main event, Matt.
Yep. Gundam. Gundam is our main event today. We're focusing more on Earth this time around.
Yep. Miorine and Grell end up going to Earth.
Yep. And then Prospero too.
Yep. And meanwhile, while this is happening, everyone's concerned about Suletta. They're like, didn't she make up with Miorine? They're like, nope, she's been holed up, hasn't ate, hasn't done shit.
Yep, she's locked up in a room. Shu wants to go there and punch the shit out of Miorine.
Yep, basically.
Like, why I fucking oughta.
Why I oughta.
Yep, basically that's basically what she's doing.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. We'll get
And
to
meanwhile,
them.
Martin is being fucking. The episode actually starts out with Martin being a fucking slave, painting one of the fucking Spacian's fucking toenails, and because that's the girl who overheard his confession.
Yep. And so basically, this is the blackmail.
Yeah, and so basically,
What was her name? That one.
no clue.
Do you
No
do you,
clue.
do you remember what hair she had?
Like
Blue.
dirty blonde. Blue is Nika. She's the one that has blue hair. But no, it's like dirty blonde.
I'm trying to think, it wasn't Petra?
No, I don't give a fuck about her name. But basically, long story short, she told Martin, like, hey, like, you did what you thought was right, but that you went about it the wrong way. And she basically
So they all
Martin's-
eventually forgave him.
Yeah, the opening scene actually made it on Twitter because of the fact that she put a fucking lollipop that she was sucking on in Martin's mouth, and everyone's like, it should have been me.
Yep,
Playing
it
with
should have been
feet.
me.
Playing with feet, lollipop in the mouth, should have been me.
Yep.
I didn't feel that way, but we digress.
And another thing that happened was going. No, sorry, not Ellen. We'll get to Ellen later. But we're back on Earth. Miorin wants to negotiate with the people of Earth. That was what they're there for.
Yep.
We'll also talk about Gundam tech.
Yep. And Gwell gets fucking.
He
not
sees
attacked, the one of the kids that he saved.
Yep.
Save.
So Gwell's like, you go on ahead. You can handle this yourself.
Yep.
And before this though, Miorin tells Prosper like, don't do anything.
Right.
And she's like, oh, I won't unless provoked. I won't do anything.
Big key.
Yep, big key. So she has it work. She ain't gonna cause trouble. Miorin goes to the meeting.
Yep.
Says
and the
hello.
Earthians are pissed. They're
basically,
like, fuck you,
yep. So who just said hello is like, cool, leave now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically.
So it's like, we want nothing to do with you.
Like, we want all Spacians to leave Earth.
And then Miorin talked about like, we have people from Earth on our team, like with Gundam. She was talking about how they're not prisoners, they're actually like working together.
Yeah, basically.
And it's like you would see this too. Like, I think we can just give it a chance. But he's like, no, but
let's talk about
as a man who's also a doctor.
Let's talk about those prosthetics.
Yeah, and
then
so
they have to talk.
And then we'll get to that.
Yeah, and then they basically say when it's all said and done, like, all right, we'll give you 10 days. We're gonna find out about the election results. If you win, we can talk.
But I do want to talk about this. But I want to talk about the gun. We'll get to more of that later.
Yeah.
Gwell meets up with the kid.
Yep. And he's with the other. He's with the commander or something, like the head bodyguard, basically.
Was it that fat guy?
Yeah, it's the fat dude.
What's his name? What is his name? What is his name? What is his name?
Commander Penis Wrinkle.
Yeah, probably. Also, another thing that happens too during this, we'll get to the bit with the Dr. Winston, the lady.
Oh yeah, a lot of things are happening.
Yeah, a lot of things that happen. So it's like we gotta divide it up. But
yeah,
we'll get
eventually.
To
by the way, Suletta does come out of her room to eat, and they have
her hair grew out.
Her hair grew out, and she basically gets on good terms again. She has a sip of goat's milk, and she starts to cry about how good it tastes. And long story short, everybody's back to like being cool. And then Martin comes back. We can skip this because it's not like as important. But Martin comes back and basically tells the group what he did, how he ratted out Nika.
Yep.
And everyone's pissed at him, and they're like, like I understand it. Like we would have done the same thing. They're like, oh, but Nika's like our teammate.
You should have done it differently. But
yeah, they're like, I get why you felt the way you felt, but you really should have. There was other ways to do it, but you didn't tell us. How could we have helped you? Blah 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 blah. But everybody more or less is cool. And meanwhile, while this is happening, we should talk about Elan really quick.
Yes, that's right. Elan
and Nika and the Earth Girl.
What was that crazy bitch's name?
I don't remember. Not Sophie.
Was it Sophie or was it her friend?
Dead. Sophie's dead. It's her friend.
Damn. What? Too many names, pals.
Too many fucking names, dude. But no, so basically she's just like, she's lost her shit. She's just like, die.
And then he's like writing it on this. Noria,
yeah. Sounds like a sexually transmitted disease.
But I believe it's Noria.
You have Noria. You have Noria.
Yep. But yeah, then Elon picked up the book, like, don't touch that, and then she's about to go to the other girl trying to stab her.
Yeah, and Nika's like, what the fuck is happening, right? Because then basically Noria is just like, Sophie, why did you leave me? Like, I don't want to die. I'm scared to die. Like, she's hit the sad stage of grief after anger. So yeah, and then Nika's like, what the fuck is happening right now? And Elon's like, you'll never understand these feelings, basically.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, the other Elon, the real Elon, is having a meeting as this meeting is happening with the rest of Pale, and was like, oh, like, what do you think is gonna happen? And they're like, oh, I bet you nothing's gonna happen.
Like, well, I bet you Prospero's gonna do, or someone's gonna do something.
Yeah, and Shadiq meanwhile is like, like, he's like, it's not gonna fit. Watch, shit's gonna go down, right? And so then while this is happening at the same time, now we can get to Guel speaking to the kid.
Yeah, Guel speaking to the kid. The bodyguard's there. He's like, so what'd you find?
Yeah.
And he mentioned someone with a different name. And
who
was the alias?
The prince.
Shadiq.
Shadiq is the prince. He basically wants to go to the academy with the prince. And they're like, oh, he's like, how did you find out this information? He's like, the grown-ups told us. And they're like, nobody's ever given us a report about any of this. And so basically him and Guel put 2 and 2 together, and they find out Shadiq is the mastermind behind everything. We have to go to he's like, so
we
basically
go back, we gotta get to him.
And so while
they want to look for Shadiq's father.
They want to look for Shadiq's father. Like, oh, like, what proof do you have? He calls Miorine, tells him that it's Shadiq, and she's like, well, what evidence do you have? And he's like, fuck, I don't have any evidence because I can't bring the kid with me.
But
and so
Miorine says, go to
the Grassley house. I bet you'll find the president there because he'll want to keep him close.
Yeah.
And so while this is happening, also there's a meeting with the fat woman and Winston, Dr. Winston. June and Winston, and they basically reveal their side, and they're like, the assembly is basically in charge of like everything that's going down. And as this is happening, we see the black dude that works with Prospera kill June.
Yeah,
as basically
while
Dr. Winston and the other fellow escape.
And then the final thing,
the final piece, basically,
Ariel has a new fresh painted coat.
Yep.
And basically, she's standing there like normal, and she's like, "It's showtime."
Yep.
So she does
out of a storage locker comes out the gun bits. She puts
and makes everything malfunction.
Yep.
And made so the tank shot at her.
Yep.
And it's like, oh no,
I got provoked.
So she used this to kill.
No, she starts the battle again because it was on like a what's the word I'm looking for? A ceasefire. Yep. So the ceasefire is over. They start fucking everybody, shooting everybody, and amidst the chaos, she manages to go over to the location of the like terrorists where they kept their Gundams.
Yep.
And basically managed to use Sophie and Noria's logins to find the Gundams. And using the gun bits, she pulls out the fucking whatever the hell gun that is. You know the gun. Yeah. Pulls out the gun, blows up all the terrorists' Gundams. And basically, all hell is breaking loose on Earth right now.
Miorine sees out the window. So is everyone else like, did you do this? Basically,
no, we had no idea. We told them
like, it's a setup. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. Yeah. So they said, leave now.
Yeah, and basically, she needs to get away. They're escaping, and the news is basically like, oh, talks break down, war increases. And basically, the head of this is Miorine because she's basically representing the Benerit group.
And then she realized, like, what have I done?
She's like, this is all my fault. And meanwhile, the final piece of the episode, where the episode ends, is Suletta watching everything going on with Earth House. Earth House is like just fucking like in shock, and Suletta finally says, I understand now what Ariel told me not to cling to her and mom anymore. Like, I finally understand they didn't want me to be a part of what mom wanted to do.
So now she wants to stop her. Fantastic episode.
This is a 5. The series is a 5.
No, this isn't my top 5.
No, I meant like I'm rating it a 5 out of 5.
But I'm saying it's still in my top 5.
Oh, Gundam? Yeah, Gundam's definitely in my top 5.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
I think the locks are Gundam, Demon Slayer, Oshinoko, and...
No, because with this now, I now have 4 locks, so I have one more fighting for the final spot.
I'm trying to think of what my other. I had Dr. Stone in there, as my like fourth, like out of 5. I just, I don't know. It's between Dr. Stone for the final 2 spots. It's between Dr. Stone, Insomniacs, My Home Hero, and Dangers in My Heart. I think.
I will say for the like final spot in general for your top 10.
Yeah.
For
no, not final top 5. Then those 4 that I mentioned are battling for 2 spots in my top 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't started the order or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
So,
but yeah, I think I got 2, maybe 3 fighting for the final top 5 spot.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just go off the top 10. I mean, honestly, I have 17, so I have to leave out 4 out of the 10. Tonikawa, I think, gets left off. Clueless First Friend gets left off. Kubo is going to be in my honorable mentions, but I think that's left off. And I think Dead Mount Deathplay are the ones that are left off.
Oh shit, we forgot Kubo.
Oh yeah, we did forget Kubo.
We'll save it for next week.
Then you want to do a double for Kubo?
Yeah, we'll do a double for Kubo.
Okay.
Sorry, Kubo.
It was a cute episode.
It was really cute. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. So we'll open up next week's with Kubo.
But yeah, we apologize, Kubo. You're still adorable. We love you, but
yes, we're so used to you not being here.
Yeah. Well, Junta needs to start being visible more.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah. Closing thoughts for the week.
Solid week. Like I said, not having Oshinoko and Hell's Paradise helped me catch up for sure. Otherwise we wouldn't have started this podcast at like probably 9
and at like 12
and ended at 12. So we started at 8 and we ended at 10:45 approximately, give or take.
The earliest we finished.
It's been a long time. Yeah, tell you what.
Yeah.
But no, good week. Like I said, just the battle intensifies for what the top 5, top 10 looks like. It's like you said way back at the beginning when we first were realizing that it's going to be a tough season. It's not a matter of what was bad. It's going to be a matter of what we like more.
Yeah, our list is just overall enjoyment. There's nothing wrong with anything we have seen. It's just so many spots we can fill.
Exactly. They're 13 out of 17. So
yeah, so we apologize to the ones that are left out because they'll probably be big for some. But
we apologize for the ones that we're not watching either, that are probably just as good.
That'll make it a lot harder or worse.
Yeah, but Starman's got a lot he's got that one like romance anime that we're not watching.
He's got Yamada. He's got Yamada.
He's watching Skip with You. That'll make your top 10s.
Yeah. She's watching Godless Life or whatever it is.
Something like that. It's a rom-com. Or it might be another one.
Watching that. There's a couple more he's watching. I think he's watching that Delinquent type one, Rukudo Bad Girls.
Okay.
I think. I don't know if he dropped it or not.
I don't recall, but yeah. No, so we've got everything covered. It's just how we cover it is the key.
Yep. But guys, we talked our cake. We had our cake. We are full of cake. Follow me at DamienPhoenix12 on my Twitter. Follow our Twitter at Talk the Kēki. We also have a link tree, which has your favorite local podcast. We are on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon, you name it, we're there. Just type us in the Google search bar. We are there. Follow Ethan at Showstopper24. We want to thank W2M Network and Chairshot Radio for following us. Follow them at Chairshot Media and at W2M Network. We want to thank you, Sean, for being our editor as always. You do fantastic work. We make sure these episodes come out consistently as possible, and we think we have been, like usually a day or two after. For the people that do find us on YouTube or whatever, thank you so much for tuning in on the live show. If you missed out, you can find it on YouTube, or you can wait till it's uploaded on your favorite local podcasts.
Or Twitch as well.
Or Twitch.
The Twitch.
But give them your Instagram so we can go home.
Yes, sir. You can follow me on Instagram at AI_anime24. That's my anime Instagram. You can follow me on podcast.senpai. That is my podcasting Instagram. You can follow our Talk the Kēki Instagram at TalkTheKeki. That's Talk the Kēki. Again, shout out to my boy Andy with the MMA for Marks podcast. We are on a bit of a hiatus due to time schedule conflicts going on in our lives. We hope to be back soon. Again, as Matt said, you can follow all of our socials and link trees for our other endeavors that are on all of our social media platforms. And I believe I'm good, sir.
All right, guys, we will see you Wednesday for a little Keki shop with the Parallel Universe movies and a couple of reviews. Because again, I'm leaving Thursday to go home for a little bit.
And I've got Music Festival, another one this week.
Yep. So we'll have a double in the following week where probably most of the stuff will be done or close to done.
Relatively, yeah.
No, a Stone will be done when we come back.
Yeah.
And Demon Slayer will be one more like the next day.
It'll be on penultimate week, like I said.
Yeah. For some of these, yeah. I'll be done with Rank of the Kings and we'll be done with Stone when we come back from an actual legit episode. But guys, we'll see you in a few days. Arigato, anato faku, and sayonara.
Sayonara, minasan!
Bye-bye.
Welcome to Talk the Kēki. Not an